of thought.
Get ready.
Dark exodus. Think about this. Dark exodus.
Hey, brother X.
Peace, BRJ. What's good?
What's good? How's it going, man? Hope all is well. All is well. Yeah.
Peace, folks, and welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought Series, POT YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why you're here. Another edition of DXL, Dark X Live. And tonight, got a good show for y'all tonight, like I've been having for y'all for the past few Thursdays. As you can see, right down underneath my hands here, title of tonight's show is A Man's Right to Parent. We often have this conversation on media. We have it quite often. And men, we know that our rights as parents are very, very limited, non-existent, to the point where we have to fight really hard just to get access to our children, let alone actually have them in our households. I got a good lineup of coming on tonight. Brother B.I.J., my man, already here, but we also going to have the info man. We also will have Brother Nagone. We're going to have Brother BMT, and we shall have Brother Jay Shine as well. Like myself, all of these brothers are parents. So I picked these brothers specifically because they have a great understanding of being a parent. So tonight you're going to hear many different sides, many different views, and you're going to hear a man view about his rights to parent, his rights to be a father. And we also going to ask the question tonight, should men have first dibs when it comes to parenting and parental rights? Oh man, I see you up there. Yeah, so tonight we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about being a father, being a male. We're gonna talk about the differences of in parenting styles, as opposed to a female's parenting style compared to a man's parenting style. And we're also going to talk about when you're a non-custodial father. We're going to get into that too. We're going to get into all of it. We're going to talk about what it's like to be a man and be a parent when you in a relationship, when you're in a marriage, when you're not in a relationship and you're separated from your kids. We're going to talk about all of that tonight, coming from a man's point of view. Um, Being that brother Bij is already here, I guess we'll just wait until the brothers start to file in. Brother Bij, what's good?
What's going on, brother Xavier?
Man, and I can't call it. It's a good thing that we're talking about this tonight because I was on O'Shea Duke Jackson's show a couple days ago, and a brother by the name of AM1 was on there, and he was talking about uh black folks, shouldn't have children for the next 5 to 10 years, so we can build and kind of do a reset, and only particular people should be having children and this, that, and the other thing. Now, I don't necessarily agree with him, but I do agree with the fact that certain people probably shouldn't be procreating with other certain people, if you will. Now, I know you have children, right?
Yeah.
Now, as a father, you as a father, do you believe that certain people, or should, or let me be more specific, do you believe that certain men shouldn't be fathering children?
To be perfectly honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I actually do believe that. Because as a man, it's a difference. I didn't want to have children until I could actually financially provide for them. Like like I was in the military when with my children, and I wanted to be able to provide for my kids. I don't want to be out there struggling. I want my kids to not have to worry about having the the bare necessities of life. And as a man, that's your first thing that you want to do. And if you can't physically, financially provide for your children as a man, just off of that, you shouldn't be having children. You should be protective about your seed, because that is, as just being a man, your job is to provide and protect. And the way that you protect is making sure that your family has a place, or your children have a place to lay their head. That's how you protect, by providing a place, by making sure that place is still there for them and they can be safe. That's your job, to go out in the world. And sir, if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be having children, willfully out here having children, or in the act of having children.
I agree. I agree totally. I mean, my children are adults now. I mean, my youngest is 20. I started having children at a very, very young age. The woman I had children with, we actually were going to get married. Um, but instead of growing together, we ended up growing apart. I only have children by one woman, she had all my children, but we eventually split. And I went through the gauntlet, paying child support and all that kind of nonsense. I mean, I just got off of child support like 4 years ago, So I mean, I'm actually celebrating the fact that I don't have to pay child support anymore, if you know what I mean. Um, but yeah, I mean, I went through the whole gauntlet of paying child support and having baby mama drama. And my youngest daughter, I actually had custody of her. She wasn't even 2 years old. I had custody of her because, her mother was doing all this crazy stuff. And, so I've been through I've been through quite the gauntlet, and I've seen it from many, many different sides, because I lived with my children, and then I was not living with my children. Then I was fighting to see my children and fighting for custody of my children, going through the back and forth with child support, you know, so I've seen it from like all different sides. And one thing I noticed very, very quickly when I became a father, when I became a parent, is that things change, have a tendency to change, not just in your life, but things kind of change between you and whatever woman, you know, you have children by. It's probably a little different when you're in a marriage and, you know, y'all have planned and all that kind of stuff. It was planned, because my first kid wasn't planned at all. I mean, my first kid was a straight oops baby. Okay. And my second one was too, you know, it was straight oops babies. But by the time I got round to like number 3, we had actually, you know, said, okay, we're gonna have the baby now, you know, we're gonna be prepared for it and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it took like 1 or 2, you know, took 1 or 2 oops before, you know, I finally got to operating and figuring out what was going on. And I think that's what often happens, you know, with us as Black folks. You know, we had these oops babies, and then we just kind of playing it by ear. But as my children came along, you know, I was prepared for it, man. I did what I had to do. I was the type of brother where I would work 2 jobs and all that kind of nonsense, you know, to provide for them, make sure they had, you know, make sure they wasn't hungry or cold or naked or thirsty, or, you know. So when you become a father, it's supposed to change you. You know, it's supposed to change you. And I embraced the change, even though I was young, you know, and I was kind of learning on the fly. You know, I just kind of fell back on what I had learned from my father. That's all I had, you know, because I was raised by my father. So, you know, I just kind of fell back on what I had learned from him. And that helped me out a lot. But I also realized that, you know, my kid's mother automatically had more rights than me, especially when we start going through the child support and the fighting for custody and all that stuff. It was like she automatically had more rights than me, automatically. No matter how much I did, no matter how much I provided for my kids, no matter how much child support I paid, none of that shit mattered. She automatically had more rights than me. Whatever rights that I got, I had to fight for. They weren't given to me automatically. Unlike with her, she automatically had, you know, A, B, C, all the way up to X, Y, and Z rights without fighting for anything. No matter how much she screwed up, no matter how bad of a parent she was, she automatically had first dibs and first rights when it came to the kids. So that's what I kind of want to get into tonight to start off with. What's good, brother Info Man?
I'm doing fine, bro. I just unmuted myself. Thank you for having me on board. What's up, Black in Japan? Good to see you, brother.
Hey, brother. Good to see you too.
What's up? I'm glad to be here. Can you hear me? Am I coming through clear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. This is a great topic, by the way, brother. I really appreciate you having me on board.
Oh, absolutely, man. I like your work, man. I like your stuff, brother, man. Your input is always valued, man, because I watch your stuff. Your stuff is solid, man. You got solid stuff.
Thank you.
So let me kick it to you then, brother Info, man. Let me ask you, because I know your father as well. Do you find that the mother has more rights than you automatically?
Well, how can I put it to you, brother? I actually have 50-50 custody of my child, but at the end of the day, I'm paying her dividends every month for my child that I take care of just as much as she does. I spend additional money outside of the child care that I spend, and I do it because I love my child. But it seems like even when you have 50-50 custody and you say, hey, I'm going to take care of my child, I'm going to be involved with my child every step of the way, once you sign that contract, and I mean a con game track, which is the marriage certificate, which is giving the right of the state to be in your business, once you have that and the woman files for the divorce, everything goes to her side, even if you are a father that has your stuff together. So I think the courts are stacked against us. Nobody's advocating for fathers' rights. You got black men out here that are raising their kids, and in some cases may not be getting anything from the mother of the child. And if you do that, they'll shame you in this society and say, wait a minute, you're a man. What are you doing getting child support from the woman? But the woman can get child support from you no matter what the status is. And then I brought this up too before, brother. Let me just say this. I find that it's extremely unbelievable that if I have 50-50 custody of my child, I should be able to claim my child on my taxes every freaking year just as much as my ex-wife, because I have 50-50 custody and I've got all my receipts to prove the money that I have spent in child care for my child over the years. We have a decent relationship, no drama, so we rotate it back and forth. But I think there should be laws on the book that if you got 50-50 custody as a man and you're doing your job, you should be able to claim your child on your taxes. You should get some damn benefit as well. That's my opinion. I know I said a mouthful, brother.
No, I agree. I agree totally. And we've been joined by Brother Nagone. What's good, Brother Nagone? I'll kick the question to you too. Now that you're here, I don't know if you heard what we was talking about, but do you think that the mother of our children automatically have rights right off the rip, and whatever rights we get, we have to fight for? Because I know you're a father as well, right?
Brother X, information man.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Good to see you as well.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, breaking up a little bit, brother.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me better?
A little better.
I don't know what's up with this, man. I don't know. But anyway, go ahead. It seems like I'm getting a strong signal here. But can you hear me good? Can you still hear me right now?
Yep. I can hear you.
We can hear you now, brother.
Okay.
Just wiggle. Cool. Just hold a wire and put some aluminum foil on the top of it. Wrap that shit some foil.
There's a foil on it.
The clothes hanger. Put a metal clothes hanger on that shit.
Yeah, man. Grown, in fact, grown now, and in fact that so all my kids are grown, and my oldest daughter married, and this is son here was avatar I take. So they're all grown, but at the end of the day, is the way I look at it, as far as non-custodial fathers who don't have primary care of the kid, but yet they're splitting time equally. Do I think that? First of all, I don't think the dad should be paying anything, to be honest with you, if they're splitting equally. I really don't think so. And secondly, I personally believe, quite frankly, if there's a breakup, you give the kid. I mean, that's what I really think, because what I have seen, and it really is a little wild, but most of the situations that I've seen growing up over the last 40.
Break it up. Breaking up again. You're breaking up again.
Why I'm doing that? I basically have seen fathers do very well with their kids. So best I can say is non-custodial dads who ultimately have their children shouldn't be getting taken to the cleaners the way they are. And I personally believe that the kids should be left with the dads. I'm sorry to say that, but that's kind of like how I see it. I think our system is a little bit skewed. I think dad should have the the kids, man. I hate to say it. They do a better job.
Absolutely. I agree. And statistics have proven it. I mean, black fathers are the best fathers, according to statistics, not just me saying it. I'm going to pull up the chart a little later on and show everybody that, this is real. I mean, black fathers, when a black father's in a child's life, I mean, he's got the best possible father he could possibly have. He spends more time with his kids. He enrolls his kids in more activities, spends more time eating with his kids, spends more time doing homework with his kids, reading to his kids, talking to his kids about his day. I mean, the list go on and on and on. So
that's my brother. My brother, he same with my brother, raised my nephew. He was a single dad. Kid is awesome, beautiful kid. beautiful. Well, you're not a kid anymore. He's 28, but beautiful, beautiful young man, and doing wonderful things. His mother was the worst. That's all I got to tell you. Mom's was the worst. It's just been my experience. I've seen this time and time and time again. Anecdotally, you forget about the stats.
Yeah, me too. I mean, when I was a young guy, when I was like in my, I guess like my early 20s, I knew a brother who had custody of all four of his children. Because the mother, obviously, they were married, they split up. Of course, she had the kids because that's just usually how it goes. And she started hanging out and drinking and drugging and all this kind of nonsense. And eventually, he was able to get custody of all four of his sons and two daughters. And let me tell you something, man. Those children, man, grew up to be the most productive children. I mean, I believe now they're all adults. The last time I heard, they all ended up going to college. None of them are in jail. None of his two daughters now are married, and I mean, solid people, but bad or amazing that he had all four of his children. And, he like introduced, they were young. He had one son that was like maybe 8 or 9, and he had another daughter who was I think she was 6 or 7. Then he had another daughter that was 12, and then he had an older son who was like 14. And let me tell you something, man. They were the most mannered. I mean, they were well mannered. They were respectful. They had good vocabulary. Just the way they carried themselves. I mean, they were like the most well-mannered children I had ever seen in my life. It was amazing. When you met his sons, they shook your hand like a grown man and looked you in the eye. His daughters, they were bashful and shy around men. I mean, it was like nothing I've never seen before, because that was one of the first times I had ever seen a man had all of his children, and he was raising 4 of them by himself. And I had never seen anything like it, man. But it just goes to show, man, we already know that men do a better job of raising children anyway. I mean, of course, in the aggregate, of course, there's some exceptions. I know people will be emailing me, so, oh, actually, don't know what you're talking about. There's always some exceptions, but we always know that men do a better job. What's good, Jay Shine?
What's good, brother?
Speaking of a brother who has custody of his child, we done talk the brother right now who has custody of his child. So let me shoot this to you too, brother Jay Sean.
Hey, what's going on, DeAndre? Information man, my nigga Nagone in the motherfucking house.
What's up, baby?
What's up, player? X, always a pleasure, man. We about to talk some shit tonight.
I'm sure. It starts off as G, but it always works its way to R, and by the last hour, it's damn X. Okay, so
no foreplay. Ain't no
G
foreplay
right
tonight,
now, though. Right now is the G part. Okay,
no foreplay tonight, man. Let me put my jelly, straight Vaseline. Let's go.
Hold up. Let me put my disclaimer out there first. I have to put my disclaimer out there because this is how we do it on DXL. I know y'all used to watching X, on Wednesday nights, and it's family programming on Wednesday nights. Yeah, it's family programming. You can sit down with the kids and watch your X talk. But DXL night, let me go ahead and put my disclaimer out. The following program is not suitable for young children. I suggest you put the kids to bed. Fair warning.
It's the PG. That's a PG version. The PG version is Wednesday night. Yeah, that's PG.
No, yeah. Fair warning.
Wait, hold on, brother X. Hold on, brother X. So, Jay Sean, we get to talk Discord action in here. We get.
This is DXL.
We can go back.
Hey, DeAndre, don't say no names. You understand?
No names, but we get to go back cave. We get to go back cave.
Oh yeah, we going live today, man. We gonna call this. We gonna call this the first time anal sex night. All right. You gotta kind of culture. Like, hey, look, it's gonna hurt a little bit. You're gonna get that little pinch, but it's gonna feel better. I promise.
Let me ask you, brother Jay Shine, because you know you have custody of your child, and she's a teenager now, young teenager.
Yes, sir.
So, do you believe that oftentimes women get first rights and first dibs? You know, rights without even fighting for them. Do you believe that they automatically get rights that they may not necessarily deserve, as opposed to your rights that you have to fight for?
All right, before I say anything else, I'm gonna have you one disclaimer. Okay? Just allow me one disclaimer tonight.
Go ahead.
And to all my sisters who are, trying their best and working hard and trying to be good moms and being good wives and being good stepmothers, because those are the ones I really love, the stepmothers, the ones who accept my children. So this ain't for you. It's you bitches, you fucking selfish hoes. This is your night. We're gonna talk about you tonight. Because what's going on right now is the state is helping you. You ain't no strong woman. You ain't, and woman. You ain't none of that. The state is helping you. This is all a plan. Let me tell you what's really going on with this system. Back in the 50s, if you were selling a vacuum cleaner and you went to somebody's house, you knocked on the door. You might talk to the wife for a few minutes, but immediately you would say, "All right, is the husband home?" Why? Because he controlled the purse strings. So what happened is they put an agenda together where they're gonna say, "All right, you know what? We're gonna give women jobs now, competing with men. Matter of fact, we're never gonna make it a competition. We're gonna just give all these jobs to women. Period." So now women started coming into the workforce. Women started coming into the workforce, then they started having their own money, or they started having a say in how the money is spent. You started having households with combined incomes. Another attribute to that is that houses used to be cheaper. Now houses are fucking expensive as hell. So now you need two incomes. Then came no fault marriages. So no, you know what I'm saying? So now you can just get divorced if the motherfucker dick small, or if you don't like him more, if you don't like how he scratch his ass, or he got, or you don't like how he put his peanut butter on his goddamn peanut butter jelly sandwich, you can divorce the motherfucker for anything. You know what I mean? So that fucked up the game. So what's happening, if you really look at it, and I'm gonna get to the courts in a second, if you really look at it, they create a situation where you're gonna have 2 cars, 2 homes, two bases of insurance. You know what I mean? This is economic grab. This is a money thing. That's why all commercials are tailored to women. Now I'm gonna bring it to the courts. The courts part in this is to make sure that she has the prize. She has the bag, which is your child. Your child is the ward of a state. All right, in this country, it has a birth certificate. It's a ward of the state, and they're deciding to give women who are not even married, in most cases. They're treating women who are not even married better than they treat married women when it comes to decisions they're making, giving power to them. So you have judges who are lawyering for women on the bench. How do I know? Because I've been through this shit. I had to go get custody of my daughter. And even when I had custody of my daughter, they still treated me like I was a deadbeat father. And we're going to have more to say. I'm going to have more to say about that throughout the night. So I just wanted this up so everybody understand what we're dealing with as men. And I sat back and I watched men go through bullshit all my life. And I said, nah, not me. So I'm not better than any other brother out there who went through the bullshit and paid child support. I'm just the next level. And that's why I call myself a nigga sance man, because I'm the next level. I'm the next nigga coming. I'm the motherfucker like, hold up. Nuh-uh. I'm not paying child support. No, nuh-uh. I get custody of my child. You don't see me. I'm that dude, and that's what we gotta have to be. And that's what we gotta try to pull black men, because right now what we're doing, we're playing into the system, and the sisters are using the system against us. And what's so foul and low about it is that they're using their own fucking seeds to get some shoes, to get some bags, to go on girls trips, because that's all they doing with the shit. Having fun, fucking who they want. Yeah. Got niggas coming in out your house while your kid is there. Think about the disrespect that I'm talking about, that we all grew up with. Now let's have real talk tonight. As a boy to a single mother, I love my mom, but let's keep it real. And this is the thing about black men. We can't be honest about what we went through as children, what we've seen as teenagers. Niggas coming out of women's homes. So our children that you have, the female that woman got men coming in and out of homes, and a court will sit there and say, and look at a woman that got multiple daddies and then chastise the man about being responsible, all because you want a DNA test. I seen it with my own eyes. My man Homar Ben went to court. He won a fucking DNA test. Found out it was his. The judge scolded him. Meanwhile, this bitch has been in court with 2 other dudes before, but he's getting chastised for being irresponsible or not want to be responsible because he want to accept what the bitch said. So he didn't have a right to know. His job was just to sign the papers and go on and pay this goddamn child support. That's being a man in the court size. That's bullshit. You have a right to know. So I tell niggas in a minute, like, if you got any doubts, go get a paternity test. Don't sign shit. Don't do nothing. And if you want to come back and you get jammed up and this happens to be yours, come back and see me. I'll coach you on how to get your kids, or at least get 50% custody of your kids to lighten the blow. There's things you can do to keep her in check that they have not closed off yet in the courts. And a lot of brothers don't know it because a lot of black men are afraid to go to court, afraid, to go in front of that judge. And the reason why, I shouldn't even say afraid. I shouldn't even say afraid. Black men, as men, we don't want nobody telling us what the fuck to do when it comes to our children. It's really embarrassing to stand in front of another authority making decisions on your family. That shit ain't cool.
No, hold a second, Jay Sean. Don't back up on that. You dead right about that. Motherfuckers are afraid. They're afraid. Because when I had to start stepping into court and deal with the shit the first time, I was afraid as well, because I know when you're a black man walking up in there, you know they already got it in for you. Now I gotta give you credit, Brother Shine. You come in here, you always kick that raw dog fucking fire. You keep that shit fucking a buck. And goddamn it, that and I'm saying
we gonna kick it tonight. I got some shit to tell y'all tonight.
That is Jay Sean.
No. He kicking that shit raw dog, man. Raw dogs up in here. That's what I'm talking about. No, there's fear. Motherfuckers are afraid.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like what Jay Sean said, like, and I'm gonna say a lot of brothers on here, like, I was scared shitless to have a fucking kid, because I didn't want to get caught in that. Like, I ain't want that. To me, that was like a bear trap, nigga. Like, my whole leg was gone. If I got a kid by a female, my life was over. I saw it, man. I saw my cousins, you know what I'm saying, have a kid by a chick. Like, that would like ruin your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no shit.
Because that was put it out there. It was like my oldest cousin that's like, he went to DeVry University, and he got his oldest child, you know what I mean? He got his girlfriend pregnant, which is his oldest child, which is my cousin, you know what I'm saying? And she already had a kid by another dude, right? Like, if it wasn't for the family, like, I'm gonna tell you how bad this chick was. She had a kid by another dude, had a kid by him, and then she was staying with his parents up in Baltimore from Georgia. So he literally talked to her, like, basically what happened was my aunt got on the phone with her, talked her off the ledge, because she was trying to hit that nigga for child support because she saw he was making money. He went to DeVry to be an IT. This back in the 80s. So, if you was in the IT field back in the 80s, and he worked for his first job out was working for AT&T. So for a black man in the 80s with an IT degree that was really unheard of, he was pulling in 80 racks in the 80s. So that's like equivalent to like $150,000 to like $200,000, right? So she already saw she got him one. Like, she got him one. So what my aunt and them did was they talked her off the ledge. Right. And what they did was they like told her, come down here and be with us. So by separating her from her hood ghetto ass mama and bringing her up there, being in my aunt's house, living with them, then she got reconditioned to not act like a thought, because he grew up with a mom and daddy in the home with brothers and stuff, and a family orientated system. Right. And then what happened was she went back because she couldn't cope with that, because, they didn't take that. Plus, you ain't going to talk bad about my son. Plus, my cousin was sending the money to his mama to take care of his daughter, to regulate what she was doing. So she couldn't take it. So she went back down to Georgia and tried to hit him with the child support. Right. But she couldn't, because she didn't know how to do the paperwork, because she changed her residence to Maryland, and the kid was there, and the kid was going to school, so she had to wait. So that saved my my cousin so much heartache and pain, because there was a family system. But if he didn't have that, like Jay Sean said, if you ain't got that support system, think about in the 80s how much she would have been taking that dude to the bricks.
Yeah.
For one kid, and she already had another one already.
It's crazy.
So I ain't want to have no kids. I saw my cousin. I saw the pain he was going through. Like, and he was, to me, he was an alpha. Like, that dude was like, I want to be like him. Like, he had a job. He turned into the family bank. You got a problem financially, you go to him. He overnight he'll solve your problems and help out. But when I saw how she was just gutting him, like, just her alone was just taking that man down because he wanted to be around his kids.
What else do you want from me? Type shit.
Exactly.
Break a nigga down.
Well, let me go to brother BMT. He has joined us. Brother BMT was good. So I'm gonna get you to chime in on this too, brother BMT. You know, because I know you're a father as well. Do you think women automatically have rights right off the rip to fight for? But whatever rights you have to fight for them rights. No matter how good a father you are, you're still fighting. What's your take on that?
Well, yeah, because I'm also a counsel. I'm also a counsel for Black men in the military as well as outside the military. Naturally, the paternity rights go towards the female. She can order the male outside of the labor room if she so wishes to, and it's an uphill battle for Black men. It's a very much, well, men in general, but Black men very much so have a very hard road. If you can get one that actually want to fight for his kids, he's going to fight hard. But it's a very discouraging support system set up. This is why you see in no other community is there more stepfathers than the Black community. That's something that they don't talk about. More Black boys have been raised by men that are not their fathers. So the right for Black men to be wanting to be fathers, like the young brother was saying, it's a very scary thing. Now, like I said, now this is why you're seeing hard for Black men to want to procreate or even have children, especially in the Black community, because the fear of their livelihood being taken. This is why I encourage a lot of young brothers to know the laws. I don't. No woman shakes me. This media don't shake me. I'm not gonna lie. I've been to court and I battled with the best of them and I beaten their asses. The problem is a lot of young brothers don't get the time. They listen to men that don't have no type of legal experience. They go off of the bad boogeyman stories rather than actually go study and actually go find out for themselves. Like, you walking into the courthouse does not mean that's the final verdict of your child. You need to go prove thyself approval. What I'm saying is there's a lot of men, and I just talked to one of my co-hosts, there's a lot of men who have gotten their kids. Chris Brown, known for doing coke, known for beating a woman. Guess what? He has his kid. Ludacris has his kid. Different other people.
Usher has his kid.
Usher has his kid, and a child
Dwayne
died.
Wade has his kids. Yeah.
A lot of Black men have gotten their kids, and you don't have to have money like they do to get your kid. You just have to prove to the courts that I am a stable Black male. And see, the thing about it is, you gotta understand is that there's a big disfranchise because there are no movements, there are no kind of setups for Black men showing that we are strong men in the household. And I understand what Brother Shine was saying about how about the thing about Black women and shit. He was saying something about how pretty much a lot of men fear the courtrooms because we need to stop telling our boys and stop telling these young men to fear the police and fear the shit. Because understand that judge is his fucking boss. He has to answer to him. And when you start telling our brothers and our young men to fear the law, then when it's time for them to face the law or speak up, they're going to get frozen. When you go play a football game, you get psyched up, you prepare yourself, you study the blueprint. So that way, when you get on the field, you understand the plays. You already got things to change. Hold up, you got a job? Then why are you collecting government aid? You know that you can't make over $1,000 and collecting food stamps. When you start hitting her with that, oh shit, wait, hold on. Wait, you ain't supposed to be bringing that up. Oh, yes, I can, but I know how the rules work. Sir, Your Honor, she makes about $1,500 every 2 weeks. I make about $900, but also I already have bills. I also take care of this and that. How when you start bringing up your life, when you start knowing the stuff and knowing the routines of what you need to say, and see, that's the thing about a lot of us black men, we don't change and challenge things before us. Black men, we need to start challenging things. Don't accept that, oh man, that black men, we're deadbeats. Black men, we can't have functional families. That's bullshit. And also, you don't have to accept, and I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of black men, they accept the rules of the female rather than challenge those fucking rules. You need to start choosing your mates wisely. And if she, and I mean, like the brothers, like talking about how they brought that female down there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas, if y'all know that she already had those type of agendas, this is why I say you need to go vet the people that she's fucking with. You're known for the company you keep. You're hanging around the ratchets and the rats. What do you think her mindset is like? So it's only so long before she starts scavenging for what the fuck you got going. So I'm gonna fall back and let you brothers go off of that first.
Well, I like to, if I could speak.
Go ahead, Info Man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. And I've been saying this, that brothers really need to focus on, if you're going to get involved with a woman, you really need to focus on where their mind is, what type of people they hang around with, what their habits are. I said to brother Nagone earlier tonight when we were over in the city and we got shut off over there. I said, you know what? Watch a woman's eating habits. What she eats, what she puts in her body tells you a lot about where her mind is. Okay, if you're going to have children with this woman, the woman is the first God that the child knows, because the woman is the one that translates the information, the lesson, to the child's mind. So if you got a finger popping woman who just reads soap operas, looks at soap operas, isn't into education, into things that are enlightening, what do you think is being translated to your child? I think I'm gonna get hit for this. We got a lot of guys on YouTube talking about how to bust a nut, how to carouse women into getting in bed with them. That's dangerous, brothers, because women that you get, these women that you use those strategies on to carouse, what if you get them pregnant? Now they're gonna take your ass to the bank. They're not gonna have any love for you because you were just having fun with them one night. We really, as men, have to think with our big head, not our small head, and really think about the kind of women that we want to bring ourselves around. I mean, women investigate men sometimes, not all, but some of them investigate us. They want to know if you got a job. They want to know if you got money. They want to know what you're about. Some women do, right? The ones that are not ratchet. So if women can do that, why can't we have a damn criteria before we give them our dicks or marry them? Now I'm telling you the truth, brothers.
You are talking basic fundamental standards. You're talking standards. Maintain standards.
Hold on. I like to say something the information man said. All women investigate you, especially the ratchets. And Jay Sean can attest for this. I was in the military down in Norfolk.
Oh yeah.
They would tell us, don't tell these broads you in the military, because they'll even know your pay grade. They be like, oh, you an E4? Oh, I can't mess with you because you're an E4. You ain't making enough money for me, homie.
Hey,
these females in the projects would tell you this shit.
DeAndre, and I was at the Masters Inn.
Y'all shopping.
I was at the Masters Inn in Georgia. I swear to God, strike me dead right now. A chick got mad at me because I took the dick out and bust on her.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes,
she was mad. Yes.
Like, oh hell yeah!
Why'd you do that?
Hell yeah, dude!
Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
She wanted to come up, nigga.
Oh, that was set up game all the way.
That would have been a come up.
And she was looking at his brother. And she was looking at his brother like, "Damn, this brother kind of thinking right now. Ain't this a bitch?" So yeah. So she was definitely laying for you, dog. She was laying for you all day.
Pissed.
You don't.
Damn.
Like you don't see it. Like listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna say like this, right? Listen. All men, right? If you wanna see how devious and deceptive women are for the come up, Like, that shit is true. Men challenge the environment. Women find a place to nest in it. That shit is true. If you want to see that shit, go around a military town. If you the hardest nigga in your hood, if you got everything together, go in a military town from where you at and try to pull a female and see, won't they fucking look at you like you crazy. You can roll up there with the best ride because that dude has sustainable income. She know I can get pregnant by this nigga over here, and then guess what's gonna happen? The government is gonna give him money because he's got a dependent, and now I got motherfucking not only fuck food stamps and child support, nigga, I got benefits, nigga. I ain't gotta be
housing.
married to him.
They can't wait for your ass.
I got housing.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you deploy, and as soon as you leave, nigga, she getting dicked down by every nigga that's gone.
Yes, sir.
Nigga, listen. I done seen brothers. Hey, Jay Sean, the videotape on deployment.
Yeah.
The infamous videotape, the Dear John letter. And listen, and it's not black women mostly. It's white women that do it. Those white boys be losing their mind.
They fuckery heavy. That Becky fuckery heavy too. That fuckery ain't no joke.
No, I'm telling you,
that Becky fuckery.
That Becky fuckery ain't no joke.
Let me ask you.
No.
This.
So why do y'all risk our resources?
But let me ask you, brothers, this.
Jesus,
all right. We'll come back to this. We'll circle back around to this. A man's right.
Oh yeah.
So let's go to the children. All right. Let's talk about the infamous unwed mother, baby mama. Okay. Do you brothers believe that these children, okay, because I believe children are somewhat innocent.
Yep.
Do you believe that these children have a right to some fathering? Say their child, their father, he's dead, he's in jail, he lives on the other side of the country, he's on crack, he lives underneath the train trestle, I don't know. Do you believe that these children have a right to fathering? And also, do you believe that these women have a right to a man to come in and help do that fathering? Now,
Nope.
I know the answer to this question, but I'm asking it.
I don't have
rhetorically.
I don't have my echo chamber, but no. No. They do not have a right to that. No. I mean, it's unfortunate they don't. I mean, it'd be great if we had male spaces and so forth for men and for boys. I think we definitely should have that in training programs for boys. But as far as a father and all that, no. I would like to say that it would be nice to have that, but unfortunately, that's just not how it is. So no. And I believe the mothers, quite frankly, if they were making better decisions, they would have fathers around. I mean, fathers around, instead of playing the trap 'em game and all the other fuckery that they're so full of. Like, your brothers are sitting here breaking that shit down. How they just watching your pay grade and looking to drop a baby on you and all that kind of shit. You know me guys I've known who've been trapped. BMT, man, you that story about homegirl, homegirl getting pissed because you pulled out. Man, that is like, that shit's infamous, man. That shit's going on all day long, like lunch up in the community, man. I mean, that shit is fucking crazy. And so you have these babies being born to these totally irresponsible women, and it'd be nice if they had them, but unfortunately, these kids are many of them are products of some of these women that just are not thinking, and these dudes out here who are hitting and sticking and moving. So do they have a right to it? I can't say that they do. It's unfortunate, but I'm sorry.
Hey,
are we talking about? Right here? Are we talking about? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, Info Man.
Are we talking about children that are born? Like, are these children born from other men, or are these children come from your indiscretion with a woman that you had some night of sex with? Which, let me distinguish this.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well,
because this is the thing. This is where I'm going with this, just to set this up. At the end of the day, no child asked to be born. No child asked to be born. This is the byproduct of adult fuckery, whether it's female or male, whatever, or both, or one. And we know that women, they are the one. A sex cannot happen unless a woman opens her legs, or unless a man, if a man is not raping a woman and forcing himself on a woman, then therefore the woman has actually more control and power, because she does not have to open up her legs and now bring into the world unwanted children that man did not want to have because of a night of pleasure. Now, if you had a night of pleasure with this woman and she's not going to abort the child, a decision's been made to have this child, then at the same time, we must realize that the child did not ask to come in the world under the circumstances that they did. I'll give you a perfect example. This is going to be kind of wretched. And my mother and father were married for some years. They married very young. In some cases, I think you shouldn't marry so young. They were in their early 20s. I don't think a man is ready to be married that so young, because your brain doesn't fully develop until after 25 years old. Look it up. Your brain is still developing. You're not mature. But my mother and my father were married. My father was a Rolling Stone, so he was having an affair with another woman. My mother ultimately divorced him. The woman that he had an affair with is the woman that he's married to today, and that he has 3 kids by. Now, I could say as a 48-year-old man, I feel some kind of way because my mother got a raw deal. She's a good woman. But at the same time, those kids that would be related to me, brothers and sisters, I have no ill malice against them, because they didn't ask for the way they came into the goddamn world. That was the responsibility of my father and the woman that was messing around that ended up marrying my father. As my mother said, okay, she can have his ass, right? And so I made a personal choice to say, you know what, how can I judge them? My mother, she's going to feel some kind of way. She's a woman. She's emotional. I looked at it logically and I said, look, they didn't do anything to me. My father is the one that should be held accountable. His wife should be held accountable for the fuckery, right? But they didn't ask for the way they came into the world. So I'm just setting that up. So is that where we're going at here? Are these kids that you brought into the world, or are these kids of other men?
I was going to say something about that.
Go ahead, BRJ. Go ahead.
I think with Nagone, and I'll echo his sentiments, what he was basically talking about is there's a difference between being a father for these children and being a male mentor.
Oh, okay, I get you.
That's what he was. That's what my incantation of it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
mentorship, being a male mentor. Like, we ain't saying just like, yo, yeah, you had them kids, that's your fault, and then just like walk past them and like, fuck you. I think it's more along the lines of,
but it's also
think of a father.
That's also on her too now, because for me to mentor a kid, that kid has to be well mannered. I ain't taking on no fucking idiot, crazy ass, out of control kid. I ain't taking on your problems.
That's right.
But if you got a kid that you did a good job with and he just needs some mentoring, some tutelage, some apprenticeship, oh yeah, no problem. But when the Nagone is saying, we talk about rights.
That's right.
No, you have no right. No, what that kid has a right to is their father.
Speak to it.
Yeah.
Speak to
That's what the kid has a right to. That got their fucking father. Where's his father?
Speak to it.
Where's his father?
Speak to it.
The one you ran off, the one you won't let him see. Where's his father? He has a right to him. Now, if I want to step in, if I choose, as a man choose to take on another child, a man's responsibility, that's my choosing, but I have caveats for that. I have conditions for that, but that's my choice. A kid does not have a right to me. My child has a right to me. My daughter has a right to me. And I goddamn tell you right now, I'm going hell and high water before anybody keeps me from my daughter.
Speak to it. Speak to it.
Okay.
That's
we talking about rights. We're not talking about mentoring. We're not talking about stepping up and helping out with kids who need some direction. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about rights. Only person that has a right to me is my child.
Speak to it.
She came from my nutsack. You understand? I don't know this nigga.
Speak to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cold and real. That's
what we too. That's what people got to keep in mind. It's a trick bag, man. If we take on that mentality, this is exactly how black women get to run around vacating their responsibility and act like they're entitled to stepdads.
Hold on.
Exactly what sets that up.
Hold on a second.
I agree.
Say that one more.
I agree.
This is the type of mentality that sets up a situation where women can go out here, vacate their responsibility, and act like they're entitled to stepdads. You a real man if you a step. That's bullshit, sister.
Shit.
Or you coming correct, you get your shit together. What are you coming to the table with, man? Is your fucking kid even know a tie is tied? What have you done with your child that I should be so up in arms and take charge of him? Yeah, I mean, see, this is whole mentality. This is what goes back to the last stream we did about narratives. You understand? They created a narrative for us. And right now, the black man is the #1 single dad in the country. And he doesn't even get respect for it. Now, I'm going to button this up right here. To all my brothers out here who are stepdads, because I know a lot of them. They don't even get respect for it.
Thankless
they
job.
get shit talked to them. I mean, it's ridiculous what I'm seeing, man, out here with how some of these women treat men who took on the responsibility. These bitches are not even smart to treat them right.
No, I gotta know. I noticed this. Now, has anybody else noticed this? And I'm talking about my generation, right? I'm talking about the late 70s, baby. I'm talking about maybe from like maybe 77. You know what I'm saying? Up until about 80, let's just say about 87, 88, right?
Yeah.
I've noticed the women that I went to high school with got pregnant, had kids, right?
Yeah.
With the men. Now, these men ain't shit dudes because they're taking care of their responsibilities. They're just not in the home with these women because they got married, they got kids, right?
Correct.
But I've noticed that these women that were single moms, because I'm friends with them on Facebook and stuff. Everybody stay in contact. They're marrying these men that don't have any kids, but they ain't trying to have no kids by these men because now they done had the kid's grown. Now they want to have their fun because they done had the kid earlier. So now the kid's a stepfather, but he's never going to have his own seed.
Exactly.
And then she basically got a playmate for the rest of her life. And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's called a BMP, the beta male provider, man. He just provides.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, Nagone,
and she's taking his right to be a parent. She's
stolen.
Stolen.
And here's the thing. A lot of black men around here call themselves black conservatives. Let me tell you about conservatives.
Taking his legacy. Taking his fucking legacy.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to tell you something about being a black conservative. If you're a conservative, then you with me. You want your own family. You want things done right. What you're doing is rewarding sexual feminist behavior.
Yes, sir.
By having that mindset. That's what you're rewarding.
Yes,
so if you're calling yourself a black conservative, brothers out there calling themselves black conservatives, why are you not over here with me? You know what I'm saying? With this shit. I mean, this whole thing about taking on you a real man, scooping up a single. I ain't doing all that, man. Unless I know her situation. She could be a widow. She could be the dude that got killed. On top of that,
we've talked about that.
And on top of that, she's cleaned her house. You know, her shit is together. I mean, she's not bringing baggage and drama. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. There are special situations in this. There's always outliers.
Yeah, there's special. No doubt.
And that's one of them. But a lot of these women, like you said before, they out here reckless as fuck, dropping babies. Now they want to come out here and party and run around and do all this shit. Expect you to come in, take care of them, clean up their fucking mess, get the fuck out of here. The fuck up out of here and clean up your mess.
Because there is no right. There is no right to. There's no right to a man, and there's no right to a stepfather. I mean, you done ran around, slung your old pussy all over the place, and now that you've done slinging your old pussy, now you want to sit around. You're 36, 37, 38 years old. You got 5, 6 little babies by 5 and 6 different dudes. Now some dude's supposed to come in, help you raise these fucking kids. All right. And you ain't even capable of fucking giving him a kid because you probably done got your goddamn tubes tied because now you got you done finally realize that you got too many once you got the 8. So
hold on, brother X. What it really is think about it. Think about it like this. Brother X. It's the dude ain't even there to raise the kids because the kids are already raised because they was raised by her.
Exactly.
The dude is there as a damn insurance policy because once them kids become 18 years old, the child support stops. So she needs that motherfucking retirement plan, and that's what he is. The dude is the retirement plan.
That's it.
Absolutely.
He's there to provide for that. I mean, it's somebody wrote in here.
He's there to provide for her.
He's there to provide for her.
He's not even there for kids.
But see, often it's a trick. It's a trick bag. It's a trick bag for men because a lot of these women, and we talk about this kind of stuff a lot. you know, a lot of these men, they come in and they meet these hoes, you know, and they look good or whatever. And the bitch got 5 kids at home. And, you know, the first thing you hear one of these hoes say is, well, you know, I'm not really, this is the shit they get you with the smoke and mirror shit. They tell you, well, you know, I'm not really looking for no man, you know, to be a father to my kids, which is a bunch of bullshit. Because if the man gets involved with you and y'all get involved long term and eventually turn into a relationship, and eventually if it goes into the point where y'all are going to be together, what the fuck you think is going to happen? What, you going to be living in one house with him and the fucking little bastard's going to be living somewhere else? No, he's going to be in there helping you make sure them little motherfuckers eat. He's going to be in there, make sure they got a house. He's going to be fucking praying for the car around. I mean, he's going to be helping you buy clothes and shit like that, especially if you're black ass broke. And most women who got 5, 6, 7, 8 babies ain't like these bitches is clearing $100,000 a year. Most of these hoes that got 5, 6, 7 babies, they broke any fucking way. So it's like anybody that get with them gonna have to help fucking provide, because these bitches ain't really providing for the kids. Most of the kids that's born to these women that got 6 fucking roaches, they're living in a goddamn old ran down fucked up apartment with bad doors. The motherfucker stinks. Fucking goddamn roaches all over the fucking place.
Shit.
Goddamn
Facts,
fucking
man.
yeah, shit. It's all fucked up. They live in pillow to motherfucking posts. These bitches ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, or a fucking bottle of bleach to kill a fucking scent. So it's like, you know, you get with one of these hoes, you're gonna be providing for. You're gonna become second to fucking white daddy who giving her a check. So what I would tell brothers is, no one has the right to you. Okay, you don't. There's no right for you to parent. What it is you have a right not to be a parent. That's why a lot of brothers, you need to be kind of minding your penis when you fucking with these hoes. Because see, the thing with a lot of these women anyway, even the ones that have 5 and 6 and 7 babies, guess what? These women are baby mama number 5 to one guy, baby mama number 2 to another guy. It's not like these women with all these babies, they're the only one that has this guy's kid. This girl got 5 and 6 and 7 babies, but guess what? Her number 2 baby, she's baby mama number 6. Her number 3 baby, she's baby mama number 9. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Man,
a crazy mix up, man. It's nuts.
I see a chick in my gym right now. She worked the front desk. All right, it's exactly what's going on with her. She got 4 kids, 32 years old, got three dads on child support. I know this last baby she has, because she had, well, not last baby, because the last kid she had were twins. So she's sitting up in here. I mean she going in on these Negroes. And it's like these dudes, and it's like one of these guys, he's got like 3 baby mamas going. So I'm sitting there saying, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't gonna lie, you know, I was sitting because before she got knocked over this last one, I remember I was coming to the gym a lot. She was over there, like, all of my grill. Big fat ass. Yo, Jay Shine, fat ass. Fat ass, dude.
That's what get him. That's what get him.
Big thighs, dude.
Got him.
Big
Got him.
I'm about bending over all the time, brother. And I'm like,
God,
oh,
damn.
no.
You're like,
damn.
so you don't know what position we starting in, but you know which one we in there.
Oh, you know, it's back shots all day. Back shots all day. But
I got you.
But you know, but like, you know how you get a certain age, you smell that trap, you know that trap is there. Like, nah, that's a trap. Let me back the fuck
Nagone,
up.
it's just too many tender dick niggas out here who keep getting caught up with the shit, man.
See, now I'm bringing me to my next point. You see, the problem that we have with these brothers is brothers can't pass up the pussy, man. They are too weak on this pussy, bro. They are weak on this pussy, bro. They can't pass it up. They can't pass that shit up. And these chicks, that's why it's easy for them to hook a lot of these niggas, man. A lot of these dudes, they can't pass that fat ass up, man. They can't pass it up. Can't pass it. Go ahead.
The reason is because all of us sitting here, right? We learned how to deal with females through other men, elder men that sat there and explained it to us, right? We had the cousin or the uncle that was young enough to be like an older brother that took us out to the mall because we was young enough, and he would use us to pull chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, ain't he cute? Like, we've been through those scenarios, right? We've had those father figures or fathers in our lives if we had them, but we had a person that was a father figure, like an uncle or somebody like that, or an older cousin that would show us the ropes, and we would see and watch how they dealt with women, and we would model ourselves. The problem is they ain't no men in these dudes' lives, so they like, oh, I'm only around women all the time. I'm already pushed in this direction with women. So they are already meek. So they don't even have the confidence to understand and say, you know what? If I do X, Y, and Z, the pussy will come. Let me concentrate on me. It's going to come. And this is what I should look out for.
I got the perfect add-on to that. Yeah, DeAndre, you're hitting on something really deep, and I'm going to even make it deeper. This is the thing that's happening with the brothers who now watching How to Be a Man by watching women. They're watching what women like. You know what I'm saying? Instead of watching how men operate, they're watching how women operate. So now they watch what women like and what they gravitate to, who they really put it down for, who they really get wet for, who they really go hard for, and they try to be like that dude. So who's that? The nigga with swag, the thug nigga. You know what I mean? The motherfucker, the dog. You know what I mean? The D-boy. You know what I mean? So and all of this shit is driven by pussy. Motherfuckers don't know how much of it's driven by pussy. Out of a crew of real gang hustlers, only one of them is a real hustler. The rest of them just want to shine so they get some pussy.
Man, that's the key, and that's what I see. I see a lack of that. She hooked this last nigga. He ended up he tried to run, and she got him on child support. And let me tell you how lake trout this fucking bitch is. She's up in here now, like I mean, she's up in here now. She got one of the dudes, one of the Latin dudes who works in the gym. Got his wife who works in the gym. He cleans up and does everything else like that, fixing machines and all that. Got his wife over at the crib watching her kids during the fucking day because none of these niggas is around.
God damn.
I mean, that's how. And I'm like, oh my.
Just to be clear.
I mean, the shit is crazy, bro.
I wanted to say this, man, to be clear, man. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, man. You gotta understand, I'm dealing with reality, man. As a youth, as a teenager, I was at my homeboy's house, my homeboy's house in Staten Island, New York. Anybody near New York? Look at my map. You don't know Staten Island. A bitch came from the Bronx with the baby to my man's house today. Left the baby in the living room with me and my other homeboy. Now, thank God we good dudes. We ain't do nothing to the baby. Except my boy Curtis did pick the baby and say, my nigga's fucking your mommy. My nigga's fucking your mommy. But this is the type of situations that women are bringing their kids into. Now look, I can give you 50 more stories like that. And you telling me I can't riff? I can't talk the way I'm talking because I seen this. I witnessed it.
You don't hear nobody saying nothing. We riding your shoulders, man. We riding your shoulders.
Ask you brothers this. This because I'm gonna go around the gauntlet on this. I'm gonna start with BMT and I'm gonna circle back to Information Man, and then we'll go to Nagone, Jay Shine, and then BIJ. Let me ask you brothers this, because we all fathers, right? Yeah. And if I know all the children that I have, I wanted them. I mean, I never had a woman have an abortion or nothing like that. You know, I never had nothing like that. So we all have children. Even if they was oops babies, you know, we want them, right? Yeah. Now, what if we had the opportunity when when women got impregnated, and we need to say, even if we wasn't with the woman at the time when she gave birth, do you think that it would have been better if you had the automatic rights and she had to fight for hers?
Of course.
As opposed to, you know, because like I said, I mean, women have rights off the rip. We always have to fight for our shit.
That's not even a conversation, X. X is not even a conversation. They wouldn't get pregnant.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get pregnant.
There's
an incentive to get pregnant. If there was no such thing as if you only get an abortion after 2 weeks, say that just like the abortion was legal for only 2 weeks, right? And then there was a father had an opportunity to not be a father, just like she don't. Like, remember, women can have abortion. They can give the kid up for adoption without you even knowing. No questions asked. Drop them for the fucking fire department. Drop them because you know why? Because they used to throw them in goddamn storm drains and dumpsters. This is the responsible woman that's chastising us. You understand? So they have all the choices in the world to not be a mother, even after the kid is born, but you do not. Now, if men had the same right, they wouldn't have the kid. There's 30 forms of birth control out here. They wouldn't fucking get pregnant. There's an incentive to get pregnant for a lot of these women. They get an apartment. They get a fucking check. They get support. They get attention. They get a baby shower. And on and on and on.
Shit.
Take the incentive away. If you level the playing field where a man could say, I don't want to be a parent, just like she does. We're not equals. I don't want to hear the fucking equal. We're not equals. I'm higher than you. I'm higher than you because the system holds me accountable and he does not hold you accountable. You understand? So until we both held accountable, I don't want to hear about equality. You finish, bitch. I don't want to hear it. It's bullshit.
Brother
I got
BMT.
custody of mine, so I'm not bitter. Anybody who hear this in the future, I am not bitter. Nah. I got mine. I'm talking truth.
Brother BMT.
Motherfuckers fitting pure fire up in here. Go ahead.
I'm a different type of outlier from most of these guys on the panel. For the fact that in my career I've killed two of my kids. One of my kids was taken away, and I have 4 kids with me today. I was the man who ran the street, and my girl wanted to have a child rather than go to college, and I told her that she didn't need to be around me. She stayed with me. Her best friend kissed her at the club. Guys couldn't get close enough to kill me. They paid one of her own friends to go up and shoot her right in the stomach and kill my child and kill her right there on the dance floor. I live with that every fucking day. From most of these men, I walk a different kind of walk. My other child, because I was slinging dope and I had that type of authority, I was attracting those type of females. I quit, got a job at Job Corps, go to be a upstanding fucking plumber. She didn't like it. She put my child in a shoebox, getting a backdoor abortion, gave my child to me in a shoebox. I buried my child by the riverbank, had a shot of whiskey, and I walked away. I'm not no saint. I am not no type of man. I walk a line that most men can never dare talk or even step to me on. I have killed more men and children from selling dope and different other things. I am not a saint. The reason why I say what I say, because I want y'all to know what kind of man I am on this panel, because I constantly have to try to find ways to live with myself. I want y'all to understand that. And I say that because it is a cold, hard world out here. And I'm a fucking devil if I had to be. I do take care of my 4 children and I kiss them every day. One of my sons asked me, Daddy, do I have any brothers or sisters? I took him to the spot where his brother used to be before the river rose up. Do men have the rights like women do? That was the question. We really don't. But for me at the time, I wasn't in that type of authoritative position. Wasn't in that authoritative position. Do I hold it accountable that some women do the fuckery? They can only do what a man allows them to do. And because I know that, and I carry that kind of cross, 2 crosses on my back, I understand that. I understand that more well than most of y'all men will ever know. When you bury and put your child in the grave and have a funeral by yourself, you'll know that weight. I try to tell a lot of you men, I want y'all to hear this message, that the game is a bitch. This is now we're playing that. And it's not going to get any easier because now life for the black child, for the black boy, has gone down to 0. So it's getting harder for a black boy to want to be in the home because she cannot control this black woman anymore. She cannot. So the best thing for most boys to do is either fucking fight for their child or fight at a home front that there's nobody standing by him on. This is something that this is why I took mine and I left the black community. Because I knew that if I left them in that type of setting, that I knew that my children could possibly end up playing the game that I had already started. This is why I don't hold no brother when he said, listen, I don't want no kids. I understand that. Everybody's not built. Because she's going to come at you for your resources. That's why I tell a lot of you brothers, be careful where you're shopping. You shop at Walmart, you'll get Walmart prices. You shop at JCPenney, get JCPenney prices. You shop in different places, like a military base or place. Women know where to go shop for you. But are you shopping in the proper places for these women? You fuck with these ain't shit bitches, you're going to get ain't shit dick and coochie. This is how it works.
I got a question, BMT.
Go ahead.
Just curious, BMT. I'm out, then where should we shop? Where do you suggest men shop?
You raise your standard. Understand this. You raise your standard of what you do as a man. That way the ain't shit bitch cannot reach you. This is why Michael B. Jordan, whenever he has a fucking party, he don't bring no ain't shit bitches on his boat. He brings the finest bitches that, listen, I'm not going to risk my pussy for a one night stand with this nigga. And if I don't know if he's going to be here, you got to make sure you got to raise the fucking bar ass standard to this bitch has to step correct. Okay.
So you say, all right, I got the standard part, but now are you saying that men should raise their standards? That's how they should shop. They shouldn't knock them. They should just raise their standards.
What I'm saying is this: if you listen, if Brother Shine has a degree, has his credit, has his house, and has all this shit going for him, then you make sure that woman is matching you bar for bar. Because understand is when she got the same shit you got going on for you, she can't call no shots over you because you already got your kingdom already built.
Yeah, this is why what you're saying.
Okay, so because you calling your own shots as a man, this is why a lot of the black women talk the shit that they talk to black men. Because a lot of these brothers who are stepping in these beta males don't have shit to stand on. But for the ones who actually have a whole pedigree, like Nagone, like you brothers, all of y'all, she can't just step to you. She can't just say, well, I got some pussy. I can get any goddamn pussy I want.
Somebody echoing.
Yeah.
Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Everybody mute lines.
So, so what I'm saying, like right now, you already got your kid, you got your credit, you got your VA, you got a lot of stuff going for you. Ain't no any type of bitch is gonna be able to step to Brother Shine and say, listen, I can
come on, man.
So what? I can do that already. What else can you offer me to help me build upon the kingdom that I already got fortified for me and my daughter? Because I already got my seed, I already got my money, I already got my benefits, I already got everything. What else can you actually add on to me? Because the only thing you're going to be is just as a background support. You're not going to be the up there with me. You're going to be my support. But see, that's why this matriarchy shit done got the patriarchy all fucked up. The queen does not overrule the king. The queen supports the king's rule. If you already got your benefits and all your shit in line, you should never have a woman lower tiering under you and say, well, I can make you feel good. Bitch, my money makes me feel good when I see it hit the bank. He know I have to breathe, and I can step in Best Buy, Target, or any store and offer the sheer credit of my credit score. I can go pull anything. I don't need you to go get a car. I can go in the dealership and get my own car. That's like one of the most amazing fucking feelings you can have. Because you don't need no woman to make you make the moves you make.
Facts.
I can speak to what the brother is talking about now. When you talk about
BMT,
shopping,
BMT,
you on the money, brother. And I feel for what you're saying.
Bro.
When you talk about
fireside chat right there.
Go ahead, go.
No.
When you talk about shopping, the proper shopping for a woman, I remember when I was in college, and I had a frat brother who used to like to run to the clubs, and I kept telling him, I don't like the women that are in the clubs, and that I've never met a decent woman that I wanted to fuck with from the club. And he would laugh, giggle at me. And what did he do? He messed around, got someone pregnant that he did not have any intention for. And now he took care of his business as a father. but he ended up impregnating a woman that he was just having a nice, good time with. I've always seen, when you say shopping, the best women that I have met in terms of black women, and I can only speak to the world that I was in at that time, that was college. Some of the best women that I've met have been women that I met in college because they were in school trying to better themselves, educating themselves, training themselves for something better in their future. So I always was able to connect with women at that type of level because I knew that they had a standard that I was a standard that I want for myself, and they had a standard in terms of the kind of woman that they were that I required to be in my life. Once I got out of college, I noticed that I began to run across more ratchet women because I was in an environment being in college where I was able to connect with women that were sort of like on another level. Doesn't mean that women that are not in college can't be ratchet, but Algoon, we're alpha men, and and we have a standard, brother. When women want to when women want to fuck with us, we got our picking of the litter. I'm not bragging. We had our pick of the litter.
Yes.
So we could afford to say, I'll pass on you. Yeah, you stick around. I mean, I'm just keeping honest. I've done my share of partying. I had a good time, but I had my ability to be able to pick from the best litter. I think, once again, I had said earlier, we as men have to focus more on where the woman's mind is. Because if we can get her where her mind is, we'll have her body regardless. But pick women based on their mind. Of course, beauty is important, of course, but where their mind is. Too many brothers have slipped up because they went to the club, they saw a big booty, had a one night stand, and every goddamn thing.
Information, man. A lot of brothers don't understand is that you're not fucking her body, you're fucking her mind. You understand? You are having sex with a woman's mind, man. When you're trying to conversate, when you're trying to get a woman and she's already giving you the body, then you haven't even really gotten her. You don't have a woman until you have her mind. And if you know what I mean? And so if you're not talking to her and understanding what she's about, where she's coming from, or how her mindset works, nigga, you are fucked up. Because what she's going to do, what her mama going to do to your ass.
Brother,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
I just want to say something real quick. Brother Shine on the money. Information man, banging it hard, but BMT really, he said it. I mean, his story was his story is amazing. I mean, it's just it's unbelievable. Which really
BMT is my dude, man. That's my dude right there.
Speaks deep to some shit, but the bottom line is fucking standards. Yeah. You gotta raise your standards in this game. Brothers have to raise standards, and see, we start getting into some of this, why brothers have these problems, and then we have some of these issues with the baby mamas and child support and all that. Because a lot of us brothers, we do have some level of low self-esteem. We choose. We a lot of times we run with these women that are beneath us. Let's be very honest about it. We run with some of these sisters that are beneath us, man, and we get caught up in shit that we shouldn't be getting caught up into. And you get caught up with these terrible women, and they do terrible things, and our minds ain't right. We get caught up in crazy shit. So at the end of the day, I always say, get your mind right. We got to get our mind right, but man, you got to have standards out here. That standards is a very, very, very important thing, and that's one of the key things that brothers have to really develop. Standards, man. That shit is. That's the bottom line to so much of this. If you have no standards, you're gonna run into a lot of problems. A lot of problems.
Well, plus isn't all of that part of your right to parent? Because if you're a brother, right, and say you're going out, say you don't have no kids, right? Your brother because there were times when none of us had children, right? And say you're a brother who looking to build and start a family, possibly. Maybe you looking for a wife. Okay, maybe you got your shit together, you got some coins in the bank, you got a crib, you got a nice car, your career path is straight, you may own your own business, you're doing all right for yourself. Your right to parent is paramount to how you're gonna go forward in life. If you decide that you're not gonna knock none of these hoes up, okay, until you put a ring on somebody's qualified, okay, and I say qualified figure,
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
and you
sir.
and you
There you
decide
go.
that you're
There you
not, you decide that you're not going to knock none of these hoes up. That's you taking your right as a parent, okay? You've kind of lost your right to parent when you stick your penis in these old ratchet hood whores, okay, who already got 4 baby daddies. All right, so you done just fucked your right to parent up.
Yeah.
Soon
He's
as you do
depressed,
that,
nigga.
yeah,
Yeah,
you done,
that nigga
yeah.
depressed.
yeah, you done fucked your right to parent
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Because
He
see,
deeply depressed. He deeply depressed.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got this chick. You done fucked around and ran up in her raw. She already got 3 freaking ghetto babies by 3 ghetto ass dudes. So you already know she's fucking irresponsible. And if you happen to be a dude who got some means, she's gonna get even more irresponsible and ratchet now that she got your ass on the fucking hook. All right.
No,
So
well,
you got to be careful with your rights to parent, because you have a right to parent, but you also have a right not to parent. So you have to be careful about who you sticking your penis into, because you can fuck your right to parent right up just by who you fuck around and bust that nut in. That could fuck you right up, right
Boy,
in there.
and it's fucked up a whole lot of motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the list is long and distinguished. It's crazy.
I mean, we have to be conscious of it, man. I mean, as brothers, see me, I don't have those worries because see, my youngest child is 20, and I have no intention of having any more. But for you brothers out there, because I talk about this shit all the time, man, and I'm gonna say it again tonight because I think you young brothers need to hear it. If you a young brother, man, with your shit together, okay, and you got you some money, your career straight, your credit straight, you got your own crib, you got some coins in the bank, you're doing good for yourself, you ain't got 5 baby mamas, you got a clean slate. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck that up. All right. I feel bad for you brothers. I do, because I know it's not a lot out there for you. Okay, there's not a lot out there for you.
That is a fact.
Especially if you're a brother between the ages of like 25 and 35. There's not a lot out there for you, because most of these chicks out here, they just straight up hoes.
Listen to you, they might as well go get a ratchet pregnant.
I mean, to be honest, most of these chicks out here just straight up Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter fucking hoes. The ones that ain't Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter hoes already got 4 kids by the time they 25. The ones that ain't that, the bitches weigh 350 fucking pounds. The one that ain't that may be a combination thereof. And on top of all of that, these bitches is broke, looking for you to come in just so they can fuck up your right to parent. Do not fuck it up, young brothers. Be wise about your shit, okay? Conserve your right to be parent. Conserve your right to be a parent for the right time. And I don't know when that right time is for you. I don't know. Only you can assess that, okay? But assess it and assess it well, because you only get one time to get it right. Okay, all it takes is that one nut and that one ratchet asshole, and you fucked up in the game for the next 18 years. And God forbid you squirting 2, 3, 4 of them. Now you done fucked yourself really up. Okay, you done really fucked yourself up now.
Now, Brother X. So now I understand why these brothers with this movement about saving their coins and going to Dominican Republic and fucking the dirty feet bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Dirty feet bitches.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna just say this right now, right? If you want to save yourself some problems, right? This is what rich men that are affluent, this is what they do. When their sons get to a certain age and they see him get that twinkle in their eye and they looking at a chick and she's walking by and he getting that urge and shit. These rich motherfuckers, this is what they do, right? They take their son at 16. They go on a man trip. They fly their ass with him on a man trip. They take him to the whole house and let him fuck his brains out. He get some clean, nice hoes. Let him fuck his brains out. Let him stay in there for like 2 weeks. Order food, act like a damn beast in there, right? He get it out of his system. You know what I'm saying? Until he gets tired, until he's able to be in the presence of pretty women. And then when he comes to that realization of saying, you know what? I don't really like this bitch. She just look good. She don't got nothing going for her. Right? Then they take him out of that and say, what did you learn, son? She ain't about nothing. Right?
Okay.
She
Okay.
only,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she ain't about nothing.
DeAndre hitting on some really stupid, crazy shit right here.
I want
right.
to counteract.
No. I just want to say this real quick. Hitting on something real crazy. Showing you see this fine bitch you fucking right now? We paying for this shit. This ain't shit right here. You understand? It's just a piece of ass. Don't fucking put your fucking whole value system on some halfway decent looking bitch that you can fuck for a couple of fucking pennies. You'll have a standard, have a value system when you start to fuck around with these hoes and really understand what's going on. Huge point he made right there. Massive, huge point. That's huge. It's huge.
I want to shoot this question to Brother Info Man, because he's one of the fewest that have this situation here, because I went through this shit too for a little while, because he said that he has 50-50 custody of his child. Now, is that preferable for you, Brother Info Man, or would you rather have full custody?
Well, it's working. This is the way it worked from the get-go. I didn't want the courts involved in my situation, so I told my ex-wife, I said, look,
you got some feedback, Brother Info Man. You got some feedback. You got some feedback.
Yeah, turn on the drain.
You can't. Yeah, you coming in real gargled and distorted.
Let me fix my how's that sound?
Nah, you sound distorted, brother.
Unhook your mic and then plug it right back in.
Okay. That's probably what it is.
Every time we talk about something about some courts, everybody shit starts to fuck up.
They don't want us to discuss it. They don't want us.
Nah, you still sound bad, man.
Still broken up. You running the mix board? Are you running the mix board? You running the mix board, Info Man?
Can you guys hear me better now?
No.
Nah, you coming distorted, bro. You worse. You coming real distorted, like your shit about to blow up.
You got to reset that.
Yeah.
He was coming in clear earlier.
Drop your master. Drop your master on your mix board a little bit. Drop your master and drop your level 1 knob just a little bit.
How's that? How does that sound?
Crackly. 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 Still crackly. Fuck with your compression a little bit, because that's probably what it is. It's probably the compression control.
Hey, you sounded good earlier, brother. I don't know what you do different
now. How do I sound now?
There you go.
Better.
I'm better.
Yeah, I fixed it. Turn on your speakers in the back too. Your echo is coming from you.
Yeah, the compression is a bitch.
I turned the compression down. Okay.
Turn your speakers down too.
We should all
hear me.
Yeah, we should all meet up.
Sound good.
You sound good now.
All right, good. Let me just say this. My situation was very simple. We divorced. I told my ex-wife immediately, because I didn't want the courts so deeply involved in our stuff. I said, look, I'm going to be here for my child. I'm going to stay living here. This is what I'm prepared to do. Everything went well in terms of that. The agreement, went through arbitration. I wanted 50-50 custody of my child, because I'm taking care of my child half the time as she is taking care of my child. Where it gets mixed up is that I'm required to give child support. Okay. Now there's nothing I wouldn't do for my child, but I just think it's a little, I feel like, wow, I'm paying child support for my child, plus I'm spending additional money that's coming out of my pocket from when I have my child. So I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do plus extra. But once you go into arbitration, you get the courts involved, or you get the damn lawyers involved, it always turns in the woman's favor.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't a ratchet type of husband. And once the woman, and in most of these divorces, mostly the women are the ones that file the damn divorce. So once the women file the paperwork, to a certain degree, they already have the disadvantage. And they say statistically, a lot of times when women file the divorce, the men are not always looking for the divorce. It's usually the women.
Mm-hmm.
And so they get the divorce. You're left with whatever economic downturn that you get. And then you're also expected to pay all these different things. Okay. Luckily, my ex is somewhat reasonable. I don't have some of the ratchet nonsense that other brothers have probably had to deal with. But I just still think that the system is always stacked against us as brothers, whether it be filing tax paperwork. Everything seems to be stacked against us in this society, even when you are a good man doing the right things. And so, I feel I have some problems about it. Now, there's no way I could have filed for full custody of my child, but that would have turned into a battle and a fight. And you know how that turns out for men, because once women have a wound, we don't have a wound. And they have a wound that dictates that they have a bond with that child, that the child belongs more to them than the child belongs to you. And the reason why, in my opinion, that women can get away with this, and Nagone heard me say this earlier today, men in this society are seen as objects and toys to be played with, little objects and toys for women to manipulate and play with. We are not really seen as real, true commodities in terms of our humanity. We are seen as commodities for their benefit. So when a woman has a child with a man, it's not really your child. You just basically donated sperm. It's her child. Your only job as the functional toy that she plays with is to come up on those dividends and pay for that child. Give the woman that check every month, and if you're lucky, you'll get a little bit of access to your child when she chooses you to have access to your child. And God forbid if you get another woman in your life.
Oh yeah, that's when all hell breaks.
Can I say something really quick?
Been there, done that.
Let me get this in. I think the one saving grace for Information Man that really helped him was that woman didn't help build Information Man. He already had his shit together before he got with that woman. Correct, Information Man? I believe you said you went to school. You had your stuff going for you.
We went to school, but I was the bigger breadwinner in the house. As I started to move up the economic ladder, I was the one that made it possible for us to buy a home. She's living with her mom. Unfortunately, her mother passed away, so her mother gifted the home over to her. But I'm living on my own, and she had to go back and live with her mother because I was the economic stability.
Now with that, I want a lot of you younger brothers, I want to make sure we can at least pull y'all to get some teaching from this. If you take anything from what Information Man was just showing y'all, if he had not already had his shit together, when she hit him with that curveball of divorce, and see, this is why I tell a lot of you men, don't agree with that 50-50. Well, you pay half the bills, I pay half the. Listen, you brothers, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because you don't know what she's stacking on the side. You do not know that. You cannot perceive that. Jay Sean will tell you. A lot of these brothers on here, Prophet will tell you. Nagone will tell you. You do not know what that woman is thinking the next day, the next hour, when you go out, when she's away by herself. You do not know that. My grandma put aside $7,000. So when my granddaddy lost his job, it's okay, baby. I got $7,000 set aside. He's like, hold on, we don't got $7,000 in the bank. She said, oh, girl's got a secret. Understand, this black woman, this woman has had her secret for thousands of years.
Yes, she has.
And you best believe she's prepared to get your ass at a moment's notice if you fuck up. This is why you need to take the preemptive example. Be prepared for anything. They teach us that. They always teach you that. If y'all young men don't learn anything from these men today, learn. Always be prepared. You want the right to your child, be prepared. So that way you're not half-stepping. So when the court judge asks you, listen, do you have a home? Yes, I do have a home. It's in my name. Do you have, how much money do you make? I do make money. My livelihood is not based off of the woman. When you can say shit like that, the judge will sit back in this seat and say, "What the fuck?" Again, Information Man does have the power to go after his child. He just chooses not to. Jay Sean said, "Fuck that. I'm going to get my child." When you start putting the pieces in place for yourself, when this type of shit does happen, she has to. If she fucks up one time, and these two brothers already can tell you, you can go get your child because you already got all the pieces together.
Yeah.
These are facts. These are facts.
Absolutely,
I mean,
The only
Jay
reason
Sean
why
kind
I'm
of had
taking those type of actions, brother, is because I'm going to be an honest broker here.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's mother is a good woman. She takes care of my daughter. I know where money is being spent. This is the one thing I did, and the one thing that did work in my favor. I demanded during the process to know where all monies go when I'm giving her checks every month.
That's right.
I know what my daughter is getting because I get the damn receipts. Now, how many black men are willing to put their foot down and say, with that woman, negotiate that when you're mediating with lawyers, I want checks. I want documents.
And that's a smoking gun right there.
And that's before the judge, too. That's before you even see the judge.
Another thing you don't do, too, brothers, never give these women money in cash. Always
no. And the court will tell.
That's a fucking mistake.
And
oh my god! I watched it $800 cash.
Prove what you've been doing because let's say this. Let me just say this, and I'll be quiet. What if my ex goes sideways on me? Everything's going okay, all right, no drama. But what if she goes sideways on me? Guess what? I've got checks. I've got all my records of everything I did from get-go. If she ever goes sideways with me in court or something, and now I won't be a Negro going to court fumbling around saying, scratching my head saying, well, Your Honor, I know I've been giving her money, Your Honor. I know I've been giving her money. No, I've got the receipts to prove everything I'm doing.
The court will tell you. The court will tell you that as well, because the court is going to tell you, all right, listen, you can give it cash if you want, but if you come up here and you don't have receipts for nothing, it's like the shit never went down. And the court will tell you, the court will tell you better cover your ass, because if you don't, the court ain't gonna cover you. All right, the judge ain't gonna say, I believe you.
A lot of brothers,
brothers get screwed behind that, no question.
A lot of brothers come up and give women cash. You got a lot of brothers giving women cash, saying, "Hey, I've been giving her child support." Don't do it,
man. Hey, for what you do, man? You distorted again. What you doing?
Plus, she can come in there and say anything. She can say you ain't giving her. You can be giving her $25,000.
I seen this shit happen. I seen this shit happen in real life.
You ain't giving her shit.
I had a homeboy. He was a hustler, and he used to give his baby mama cash. He gave this chick one time. He met at a halfway point in King's Dominion. Anybody in Virginia knows what I'm talking about. She's a ritual chick. So he met her in King's Dominion. Gave this chick 4 fucking stacks. 3 months later, had him in child support court, and it even said that she never got child support. So not only he had to pay child support, he had to pay fucking rears.
Nope, that's true.
All I gotta say is this: 2 words, Ray Caruth.
That's
true. That's true. Same thing, $3,200. He handed it to her right in Granny's house. Guess what? The sheriff showed up right to his job. Sir, come with us. Wait, I gave the bitch money. They contest it. You don't show us the proof. When that paper talks, bullshit walks. If they can't say
I'm gonna say something.
You don't have a receipt for that.
Go ahead. Go ahead, BIJ. Then I'll go ahead. Go ahead, BIJ.
I like what you said is facts, but I'm gonna break it down on a simpler level. A dude. Now I'm just bringing up this military shit a little bit real quick, and Jay Sean can attest for this. It was a dude. He came home from deployment, walked in the house. His wife was cheating on him, a train ran on him, right? Dudes, right? The dude walked out the house, right? Got the military police involved. They came to the house. Right?
Them dudes
now, he on the military base.
Now, were those military dudes who's fucking his wife as well?
Yeah.
So you can lose rank and shit like that, man. That's a problem.
But this what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened. he went and got the MPs. They came in, they escorted the dudes out the crib, right?
Mhm.
Right? She was over there. He said, all right, this is what happened. Everybody saw what happened. This dude had to sleep on the ship because she's a dependent, right? So because now they got a kid. So he was going through his divorce. He was going through the divorce. Now, guess what she did? She lied and said that he ain't taking care of us, and I had a mental lapse. This bitch took all the food out of the refrigerator and took pictures of the empty refrigerator and sent it to his command.
That's pure
Sent
fuckery,
it to his
boy.
command. Right?
Pure fuckery.
Now,
That's pure fuckery.
now, luckily, this dude had a reputation and everybody vouched for him. So when they got NCIS involved, this bitch thought she was in the clear, and she started having parties in the house and all this extra shit, right? So when the military investigated her ass, that cleared her, right? But this is a dude that was married, that was doing his rightfully duties, that was a respectful ass dude, right? And this is when you mess with ratchet ass bitches.
Hoes. Ratchet ass hoes.
It's, you know what, man? It's a damn shame, man, that we even have to have this conversation, man.
Oh,
I want to show
Oh,
y'all
man.
something. I'm gonna show y'all brothers something. Can I share this? You know, it's just us here, right?
Man, go ahead,
Let me-
man. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Let me share this. Let me share this with y'all right quick. Let me share this. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do it without fucking.
Oh, you got it. You got it up.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah, just
Go
put
ahead.
it up.
Put it up, bro.
Can y'all see that?
Click.
Can y'all
Oh,
see it?
okay.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, I can see
All
it.
right. Now we sitting here and we looking at this, right? Let me see if I can make it bigger here. All right. Now at the top it says being an involved dad. Okay. Now what it says is by most measures, Black fathers are just as involved with their children as other dads in similar living situations, or more so, or more, or
A proven
more so.
fact. A proven fact. A proven
Now,
fact.
according to a new report by the National Center of Health Statistics, now as you can see here, can y'all see my pointer and all that?
Go ahead.
Now you can see we got the Latinos, we have the white, and we have the blacks. Latino in gray, white and black, black is the orange, right? Now, look here. Fed or ate meals with their children daily. 63% of Latinos, 73.9% of whites, 78.2% for blacks, right? And that's with the father living with the kid. With the father not living with the kid, 8.6% for Latinos. They don't even have no number up there for white folks, and 12.6% for blacks. Bathed, diapered, or dressed children daily. 45% for Latinos, 60% for whites, 70%, 70.4% for blacks. If they live with the child. If they don't live with the child, it's 7.3% for white Latinos, 6.6% for whites, 12.7% for blacks. Played with children daily, 74% for Latinos, 82% for whites, 82.2% for blacks. Now there, blacks and whites are pretty close. But when we slide over to the father not living with the kids, same stats, 10% for Latinos, 6.6% for whites, 16.5% for blacks. Read to children daily, 21.9% for Latinos, 30.2% for whites, 34.9% for blacks. That's with the child when they live with the child. Father not living with the kids, there's no number even up there for Latinos, 3.2% for whites, 7.8% for blacks. It goes on. And that's with children, that's for children under the age of 5. Now, if we go to children age 5 to 18, it gets even deeper. Now, all 8 meals with children daily. This is the only one where black fathers falter. 71% for Latinos, 64% for whites, 61% for blacks. Took children to or from school or activities daily. 22.8% for Latinos, 19% for whites, 27% for blacks. Same with talk to children about their day daily. 63% for Latinos, 67% for whites, 67.4% for blacks. So, and this one is even more important. This is the big one here. Help children with homework or checked that they finished it daily. 29% for Latinos, 28% for whites, 40.6% for blacks. And those are the fathers who live with them. The fathers that don't live with them, it's 3.2% for Latinos, 5% for whites, and 9.7% for blacks. So pretty much in a nutshell, black fathers are the shit.
Hold on a second.
There's no denying that.
Let me get back there. The CDC, because Brother X killing it, fucking killing it right there. He fucking he fucking just set the fucking room ablaze on that with that bitch. But the bottom line is the CDC came out with a study. Centers for Disease Control came out with a study. This is back in 2015. All right, debunking the myth of the black father, saying he was a deadbeat dad and so forth. And the studies came out and said that the black father, especially the non-custodial father now, was of the best dads out of all the ethnicities that exist. The best.
Absolutely.
Of the best. And then what I found real fucked up was you had black women coming out trying to debunk the study, trying to say it was a lie. Black women came out trying to debunk your shit. That's what I'm talking
crazy.
about. No,
it's crazy.
No. And this is the CDC, Centers for Disease Control. Once again, government agency that keeps very accurate numbers on this type of thing.
They wouldn't be LeBron without a black man.
But anyway, go ahead, Brother Shine. Go ahead. You getting ready to say something?
All I know is this, man. All I know is this. Most of the brothers that are playing stepdad will sit back and allow black women to put down black men. It's like niggas is inside this fucking this psychosis, man. Like it's beyond what's that shit they called Stockholm syndrome. It's beyond, because black men don't always stand up and say, "Hold up, we're the best fathers on the planet." We sit back and allow this shit to be said about us, which is alarming. I take zero shorts. I've lost homegirls. I'll give you an example. I had a homegirl to hang out with us. You know, she was a tough chick, thick chick, beautiful sister, but she had one of those dumbass attitudes. But she was cool with us. She went to lunch with 4 black men from the job. All right. Next week, we in the hallway. She actually says out her mouth about how she's gonna get her a zaddy because black men ain't holding it down. They ain't stepping up. So I said, "Hold up, sister. Let me ask you a question. Let's run down some stats. Out of all the black men in this building, how many of them are deadbeat fathers? How many don't take care of each other? All the black men that's in this building who work here making 80 to 100K. None. I said, I know one, and that's probably the one you will fuck. But put him aside. All the black men in here that you know take care of their kids. Now, last week, you was at lunch with 4 black men. One was a husband, married for 20-something years with 2 children. One was another brother who was a single dad, but he had baby mamas, but he had custody of them and paid his child support. One just passed away, and we knew about it because he was involved in their lives. You knew about that situation. You had another African brother sitting here who got 7 goddamn children and is married, and then you got me, the single dad. Now, in your circumference, you were just married to a dude who you just had a baby by, who played stepdaddy to your first child. So let's say, all right, the first guy, your first baby daddy was a shit. I'll give it. I don't know his side of the story. I'll take your side of the story. So that's one. So we got 20 niggas in the building you know personally, your husband, and then the one baby, your first baby daddy, that's the one outlier. But niggas ain't shit. Sister, come on with that bullshit. This is me checking a sister in the middle of a goddamn hallway. You know why? Because I don't play that shit. I don't tolerate it.
And you
Black
got
men got to stop tolerating the bullshit.
And you got custody of your kid, right? And you got
Exactly.
custody.
And I don't
and you got
tolerate
custody of
black
your kid.
men being shit on, period,
Yeah,
in public. And she's saying this shit in front of mixed company. Black women are so comfortable to say this shit in front of me. We had a fucking office building, man. And they just, niggas ain't them, black men ain't there. There's white people walking around and shit. Just, they don't give a fuck. No respect for us.
That's why you see a lot of brothers stepping off of these hoes. They ain't fucking with them.
It's ridiculous, man. The shit they do. Because that could have been about anything. It didn't have to be about parenting. Just the fact you sit here putting your man down in front of mixed company like that, you're so comfortable doing it, lets you know how far gone they are.
And a lot of people look at these women operating like this, and they're like, "I can't fuck with these bitches." Like,
exactly, and they don't get it.
A lot of people
they don't get it because it's so normal to them. They don't get
it. That's a fact, and I'm saying, all these brothers here. I talked to this other brother, Ulysses. I talk to him on a regular consistent basis. He's out walking around. His little daughter is with him. She's 6 years old. She with him all day long, and so you hear, "Daddy this, daddy this, daddy this, daddy this, daddy this." It's all you hear. He drops off school, picks up. It's all you hear all day long. I'm like, this is the typical black father. His mother's gone. She passed on, unfortunately. But he's with this kid every day. So this little black girl's with her father all day long, running around, daddy this, daddy this, daddy this, daddy this, daddy that. He's like, all right, honey, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. That's all that's around him. And he got her in the STEM school. But to a lot of these sisters, this brother don't exist. He doesn't exist. That's why when I say, black fathers. In fact, I'm of the belief, to be frank with you, that the father should get the kids. I agree.
I mean, look, I know there's some women out there who provide a lot of, there's some good mothers out there who give a lot to the kids. There's some women out here are fun, some are organized, they like to do shit with the children. There's some women who got something to contribute. But in the case where you got to choose where the kid goes, past the sucking on the tit age, the father.
I'm just saying, and the numbers, brother X, he just read the numbers off. Showed you where we at.
Yeah, when the kid comes off the tit. When the kid comes off tit and you have to choose which one it goes to, go with the father. I tell you what, sister, put your money where your mouth is. You want men to be more responsible? Shut your kid off with him and leave him there. Why won't you do that? Oh, you want to check? I forgot, babe. You want some red bottoms? You got to go to the club. You got to get your nails done. You got to get your hair did. I forgot about that part.
Oh shit!
I forgot about that part. My bad. I take my challenge back.
I think
shit!
This is the stupidity that I saw a lot of when I was coming up, because I came up with brothers, some of the brothers that I knew, they had 10 and 15 baby mamas. Some of the brothers that I knew, they may have one child, two children, whatever the case may be. But this was the stupidity that I saw, and I could never figure it out. If you had a brother who had a child with a woman or children with a woman, and he actually wanted to be in the children's lives, she made it hard as hell for him to be in those children's lives or in the child's life. But when they had some Negro who didn't want shit to do with the children, boy, they chased him. Boy, they showed up at his new girlfriend's house. They showed up at his fucking job. Oh, you need to come and see your daughter. You need to come and see your son. But when you got a brother who actually wants to be in the child's life, you fucking make it hard as hell for him to be in the child's life. I never understood that shit. I never understood it.
Brother X.
Go ahead, BRJ.
Come on, brother. Stop playing. Stop playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I understand it now. I totally understand it now. I didn't understand it then, though.
Yeah. Because we know what it is. The child the child was used to keep a nigga. And when the nigga want to be there for the child, but you don't want to be here for me. I don't care about the child. I want you to be here for me. Oh, you messing with that chick over there? You don't want nothing to do with the child? I'm going to use the child as a tool to show this chick that you ain't shit so you can come back and be with me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to be with the child, but you don't want to be with me. Fuck you. I'm going to keep the child away from you because it's all about me. Me. It doesn't matter about the child. Oh, you want to be an upstanding man? Fuck you and your rights. I'm taking your rights, and I'm gonna let that
I go even deeper. I'm telling you right now, if you are a single mother and you had another child, you already a single mother, already had one child, and you had 2 and 3, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You didn't give a fuck about your first child. How about that?
Nope.
You didn't give a fuck about that child. You selfish bitch, you whore. You didn't give a fuck about him.
Nope.
How you gonna make it hard? How you gonna complain about how hard it is to raise a child, and you sit here laying on your back and have 2 more when you fucking got birth control and all kind of shit out here? You didn't give a damn about that first child. You didn't make it your first priority. You didn't plan. You didn't do nothing. You didn't care.
Especially if your black ass broke.
Now show me all the men.
Your black ass broke. You didn't care.
Now show me all the men when they got their kid who are whole shit in front of their children. We actually respect our children. Even the most thuggish street dude would drop his kid off with his aunt, his sister, his mother to go do his thing. Black women would take their kids with them to go fuck.
Yeah. Listen. I'm gonna say this, right? My mom was a single mama, but you know what? I'm an only child. I don't got no other brothers and sisters through my mama. I don't have it. You know what? Because you know what she told me? She said, I fell in love with your father, which was 10 years older than me. But I knew he had another woman that he was with, right? I got pregnant by you. He was the last and only man that I was ever going to get pregnant by. When my mom used to go and do her devilment to the point where she was out there doing her wholeness or whatever.
Who the hell got a toucan in their damn living room?
Oh no, man, I'm outside, man. That's the
you got Japanese animals, nigga. You got Japanese animals where you at? Yeah, them niggas don't.
Yeah, man. Hey, brother.
We used to pigeons and dogs and shit. Toucans and koalas and shit out there.
Fucking toucans, damn toucan.
Because it's morning over there. What's 11:30 in the morning over there, right?
No, it's 12:30 in the afternoon.
12:30 in the afternoon. Okay, 12:30. Okay.
Yeah,
it's 12:30.
Yeah. They far away. They ain't close up like they usually be. Them niggas, they out there. It's trash day. Them niggas out there talking to each other like, yo, come get this trash.
Come get this. It's time to eat dinner bell. Goddamn, dinner bell.
Yeah. They on look. The damn crows are black and they on more on cold than we are and shit. That's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? But
crows ain't chasing hoes, you know. They ain't
chasing hoes.
They're like, fuck that bitch.
Crows don't chase hoes.
Yeah, man. I went to that bitch nest the other day. Had another nigga over there.
Exactly. Because you know the crows are saying, the crows saying, man, fuck these hoes. That's what the crows are saying. Let's go get something to eat, man. That's what they doing.
Yeah, I shit on this hoe.
For real.
Let me put this. You motherfuckers crazy. Let me put this to you. Let me put this to you, brothers, man. All of the, based on the stats that I just showed y'all a little while ago, we done already established just from that little document that black fathers are the best. We done already cleared that up. So
this is well known.
Yeah, anybody who says any different, you're just a fucking idiot. Okay, that's all I can say.
Nice stats.
Yeah. Anybody that says anything besides black fathers being the best fathers, you're just a fucking idiot, and that's that. But let me put this to you, brothers. Now, we all can agree that the kids are probably better off with the father. If the baby's about to be born and they say, hey, look, this is your choice. You give the baby to her, you take it. Most of us, we're going to take the baby because we're going to do a better job with the baby, especially if she's some old ratchet ghetto hoe with already 4 baby daddies. We already know the kid's better off with you living in a fucking tree house in a tree than the baby is fucking living with her in the fucking project somewhere eating roaches. We already know that.
Fact.
You could be living in a tree like fucking Tarzan, and you and the baby have fucking banana leaves over your fucking genitals, and the baby will still be better off living with you like Tarzan than they will with this whole over in the fucking projects. But what I want to ask y'all is this: do you think that the children that are coming up now, you know, they being raised, a lot of them being raised by these unwed mothers. Notice I call them unwed mothers because they either that or baby mamas. I don't really believe in calling them single mothers because these black holes ain't single mothers. It's them and they 5 and 6 and 7 babies. These bitches ain't single. They just unwedded. So do you believe that the children that are coming up from these unwedded mothers.
Mhm.
What if we took all those kids, okay, all 9 of their baby daddies, and we said, okay, we're gonna give each one of y'all the opportunity to take this kid, raise this kid, have this kid in your life. Now, what I've always proposed to brothers is, hey, if you done messed around and stuck your penis in one of these holes, okay, I won't hold that against you. I won't. Because we men, we make stupid bad decisions with our penises. I've made a few bad decisions with my own. I won't hold that against you. But what I will hold against you, if you done messed around and stuck your penis in one of these holes and she get pregnant and you let her raise the fucking baby. Now that will hold against you if you let this ratchet hood hole raise the kid. Okay?
Yeah. Can I tell everybody how I got my daughter?
Fucking kid.
Yeah, can I tell everybody how I got my daughter? Because that's a great point you making. And when my daughter was coming, I got receipts to this day from Big Kmart before my daughter was even born. That's how fucking ridiculous I am with the shit. I have every pay stub, every money order I've ever given to mom. I have everything. So when my daughter was born, she went with the mom for the first year and 4 months. But in that first year and 4 months, the mom showed me that she had no capacity to make any good decisions. And then there was violence in the home. Her mother was fighting cops at the house. So the night I got my daughter was December 23rd, 2004. I remember the day. And I'm working at the gun. I get a call for like second time the week. Cops at the house, her mother over there fighting. I'm like, where my daughter at? My daughter was in my arms. Like, why the fuck you fighting with my daughter, with your daughter on your hip? So I go home, I'm tired of phone calls. I look in the mirror, I have an out-of-body experience. I'm talking to myself. I got a company. I'm a contractor, and I'm doing a night thing. I got my little entertainment business. And I moved into a one-bedroom efficiency apartment living in somebody's basement to cut back on my costs. Again, I'm responsible. So I'm decisions that make it responsible. So this is how I'm living. Even though I got a drop top outside, I'm still living where I can spend as less money on rent as possible. So so I digress. But anyway, I'm in the mirror, and I basically tell myself, look, you know what you got to do. Go get your baby. Why? Because I had a fucking flash in my mind. I had a futuristic flash. I was like Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future. It's the kids. It's the kids. You got to say kids. I saw my daughter in the future as a ratchet chick, talking crazy to her father, going through pain, angry. You know what I mean? All the ratchet shit that we see women going through nowadays. I saw my daughter like that. And I looked at myself in the mirror and said, go get your baby. You know what you got to do. You got no choice. And I went over there. I walked past two cops. I went past two cops, cussed the mother out. I cussed the mother's mother out. I cussed the mother's boyfriend out in front of the police, took my daughter, got in my car. The cop walked up to the window. I swear to God, if the cop said anything crazy to me, I would have got arrested that night. That's how fucking pissed off I was. That's how red I was. That's how serious I was about my daughter. I love my child. It's my seed. You understand? I have a divine responsibility to this little girl. So I'm in the car, and the cop walks up, gives me his card, and says, look, man, if you need any help or anything, information, just hit that number. And it's sort of what that tells me, and I had a lot of situations with cops like that recently, too. There are cops that see the shit.
Yeah,
they see these bad mothers. They go to the houses, and they see niggas coming out of the house. They see how others are living. They see it. So if you come up there as a man, you'll get some respect. But here's the thing, man. I took my daughter home that night. She lived with me. I couldn't keep her there. So this is a domino effect. I can't go out every night. I can't hang out with my other partners. I can't hang out with other promoters because that's how that life is. You got to go out to other parties and show, show support. I couldn't do none of that. Now I'm losing my social apparatus that's connected to my business. So now I'm in the house. The lady says I can't have a baby here because that wasn't in the lease. And now I got to go find an apartment. Now I'm spending $1,200 a month for an apartment. There's fucking things that happen, but you got to pull that trigger if your kid matters. If you love your child, it matters. You have a right to be a father. Yeah. That's your seed.
That's what we talking about earlier tonight. You damn right about that shit.
It's your right to parent.
It's your right to parent. Exactly. No kid has no other kid that's not yours has a right for you to parent him.
Fuck no.
Or him or that ain't going down. But you have a right to parent. Right.
Well, let me say this. Then I'm gonna come back to my question. This is what I want you hoes to know. Okay, I'm talking to you hoes now. I'm talking to you black ass hoes. Now, if you done went ahead and had all these babies and whatnot by all these dudes, and none of these dudes are around, I don't know, they dead, they on crack, they on the other side of the world, they just fucked your ass one night, didn't want that pussy no more, nutted in you, and you'll never see him again. Okay, you are stuck with these children, because men nowadays in 2018 are not going to come in there and marry your black ass and your 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. Get used to it. Okay, like I've said before, when you get to that point, you like 35 years old, you got 9 fucking kids, you might have to resign and just be in somebody's fuck piece. That's the reality of it. No one's coming in, no one's marrying you, no one's fathering your fucking kids, no one's doing anything. No one's doing anything. Yeah, no one's doing anything. This is what's happening. Okay, this is the reality. This is the reality of it, ladies.
This nigga X is a hopeless nigga, boy.
This is the reality of it, ladies. I'm sorry, especially if you come across brothers like this. You see these brothers on this panel? They don't want shit to do with you hoes and your 6 and 7, 8 babies.
None.
They just don't. You probably couldn't get.
X, don't speak for me. Because I run into a clean ratchet. Yeah, a clean ratchet's a good weekend. A clean ratchet? That's a good weekend.
Come
you know
on.
what I mean?
Come on, man. Come on.
A clean ratchet? Hey, man, you run into a ratchet that's clean.
Sean, no.
God damn it.
Well, he ain't going to have shit to do with none of these.
No. Don't get me wrong. Now, I ain't got
7 goddamn
after the weekend is over. Yeah, after the night is over, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But that's a fun time.
Okay. Let me retract my statement. Let me rephrase. Now they may want you for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
They don't want you for the rest of their life.
For the next few hours,
They don't want you for the rest of their life. They just want you for the rest of the night.
Exactly. There you go. Get the fuck out of here.
But
we good.
Let me get back to my question.
Get out.
Let me get back to my question.
It's the best you ate all week, Jared. It's the best you ate all week, girl. Get out of here.
That I was gonna ask you, brothers, because I was talking about, brothers getting the kids. Yeah. Now, if they're by some strange imagination, some strange stretch of the imagination, that all these women who got these multiple babies, whether it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, I don't know, and they were able to, if we were able to somehow get these kids, find their fathers, if they're still alive or whatever, or they ain't in jail or dead or on drugs or living underneath the fucking train tracks. If we were able to take these children and give the children to the fathers, right? And make it so that whenever a brother has a child by one of these hoes, right? The brothers take the children, right? If they fucking up, they take the children. I think that would stop a lot of shit, because see, whenever one of these women have a child, they know that there's a chance that the brother may come in and take it. So I think these women would be a lot more responsible with their old funky hoes if brothers was taking these children, whether it be 4, 5, 6 children they have, and brothers were taking them because they're fucking up. So I think that they would be more responsible if brothers was coming in. She got 5 babies, but all 5 of the baby daddies came and took the child because she's an old ratchet whore. So I want you brothers to tell me what your take is on that.
Here's the thing, X. Here's the thing, X. I'm going to be real quick. I feel your premise, but it wouldn't happen if we had the ability to take the children, consistently. They wouldn't have them in the first place. This is all state sponsored. It's the women who are holding us, up right now. It's the state that's doing it. She's just a catalyst for it. Ain't nobody, no black man listen to a woman like, hey, on GP. He's talking about you can't do this and you can't do that. He obliges. No, we oblige because we know the fucking state got her back. So our issue is really with the state. You know what I mean? And black, there's a bunch of male advocate groups and father advocate groups around the country. Unfortunately, they're with a lot of white men. A lot of those white men are heavily conservative, and a lot of them are racist. But when it's time to vote or time to beef them up, we got to get it. We got to engage. I was involved with a group here in Virginia, and And I was, I was going to go speak to the judicial committee down in Richmond, but for some reason it didn't work out. But I was going to go talk to them on the other end because I'm a father who has custody, but still had to go through bullshit. Still had bullshit put on me by judges. They will. I can do another live stream on that alone, the ins and outs of the shit, because there's a lot to it. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of legal wrangling that we got to deal with to get parental rights for fathers, because we really don't have them right now. We only have them if we get with them. If a judge that sees things fairly and then do it, but that's basically going off of the kindness of a human being. The truth of the matter is, a lot of them, they make their money off this bullshit. This is a system. They need us coming in and out of court. They need us petitioning. They need us doing all kinds of shit so they can make money. And there's lawyers involved, and they all making paper, and they all know each other. All these lawyers, even the ones that's against each other in the courtroom, are friends. They all hang out. They all get drunk together. So it's bullshit.
I agree.
They're playing games with your lives. You're sitting here in a fucking courtroom, and some people are playing with your life and your ability to be a father. It's almost shotgun worthy. You know what I'm saying? When you really think about it, I should be in this motherfucker killing every last one of you motherfuckers, playing with my life, playing with my child. But again, I'm not saying go that far because it is what it is. But I really feel that in my soul how deep this shit is, how much they playing with our families, and they do it to black families the most because our women are that dysfunctional. They're really dysfunctional, and they know it, and they play on it, and they bring them in a place where they quote unquote have power, and they can stick it to your ass, and they do it. It's a real bitch ass move on her part, because again, she's not doing it. That bailiff is sitting over there with a gun. That judge is sitting there with authority. She has no authority. So we're really dealing with the state.
Well,
brother, let me
go ahead, brother.
I actually have a live stream that I'm have scheduled for 9 Western time, my time, about 8:46. I'm having some problems actually with some of my mixed board. I'm looking at stuff. Can you all hear me for right now? Can you hear me?
You clear as hell right now.
I fixed something. I thought I was having problems, but I fixed something. But let me just tell you, right now, what's caught my attention is everything that the brothers are saying is right on point, right in time. But the story that Brother BMT2 spoke tonight about his experience as a father, having to lose 2 kids. Wow. That to me, brother, I mean, there's nothing else I can say tonight. That right there put the crescendo on everything, because he put it in direct perspective. I just want to say in a nutshell, brothers, we have to do a better job in choosing the women that we're going to involve ourselves with. Young brothers that are listening out there, take notes, listen to what these brothers are talking about, because we're giving you pearls of wisdom. There's an old saying that a wise man learns from the mistake of others, and a fool learns from their own mistakes. So keep that in mind. Unfortunately, I've got to go because I've got this program I've got to fire up for a moment.
Damn, you gotta roll. Now you sound clear. You gotta roll. Hey.
I know. Brother X. I would like to come back on to your program.
Absolutely, man. You always invited, man. You my dude, man. Always invited.
I've got to interview you on my show, and all the brothers that are on here, I've got to get you on for the interview. You'll be up first. Go ahead.
Well, let me tell you this. You got my email and all that kind of stuff. I mean, whenever you want me to do it, just let me know. You know, I can only do it at night, you know, because I run 2 shops. I got 2 buildings. So I can only do it at nighttime around this time.
No, nighttime is cool. I can do it because
at night.
We can do it at night. That's perfect. It works out perfectly. Nagone will probably be the first I have to get on, because I told Nagone a long time ago. Black in Japan, I've had that brother on before. BMT2, I got to get him on. I have a newfound respect for you, brother, after hearing what I thought I've experienced some shit myself, but after hearing what you just said tonight, there's always someone, brothers, that have gone through something worse than we have when we think things are worse for us. Keep that in mind.
That's facts.
So I want to thank you for having me on, because I feel honored and proud to be on this panel with these distinguished brothers on here. The talk was real. It was powerful. And we just, as brothers, we need to reclaim our manhood. Do not let the media or anyone else control our narrative.
Come on.
Women, for so long, they control their narrative because they do what? They have a sisterhood in which they work towards their issues. Why can't we do the same, brothers? Work towards our issues. Black men are dying of prostate cancer, all sorts of things. We're dying silently because we don't talk about our health issues. While women get catered to as it relates to cancer, everyone's wearing pink, but men die of cancer more than women do in this society, and nobody gives a damn. I'll leave you with that, brothers. Thank you.
Peace, man. Appreciate you coming through, brother. I'm gonna come on down there tonight, man. I'm gonna come on down.
Okay, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Well, let me swing back to BMT. I ain't heard nothing from him in a while. Brother BMT. Now you shared something with us tonight that I didn't even know about, you know, and I've been dealing with you for a minute. You know, I mean, me and you actually, when we first started off knowing each other, was kind of contentious. We actually had a disagreement, and I invited you on. I said, "Come on, let's talk about it." But going through what you went through, do you think that it has well, that would probably be a stupid question to ask you, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you think that it's made you a better father? Do you think that it's made you a more conscientious father, more solid father?
Yes, it has. And it has for me. It has for me. Sadly, not every man, but there have been other men I do know that have lost their kids and still continue down a self-destructive path. But for me, my moment of clarity was when I was digging that grave for my child and putting my kid in a shoebox in that grave. So that was my moment of clarity, where, as you like you said, when you go over that chart, there is no other man that knows more pain of loss than a black man for his children. Yeah, I mean, you get a black man in his child's life, that motherfucker will go to hell and back. This is why society understood one thing. They enslaved you, they killed you, they burnt you, they did all kinds of shit. But the one thing that they understood how to actually really kill you off was separate you from your children and from your lineage. That is one way they figured out the Achilles heel to the black man. You look at every prosperous black person, Serena Williams and Venus, who was there? A black man. LeBron, though he didn't have his daddy there, he had that black coach who stayed in his ass. Tiger Woods, a black man. The list goes on. The Jackson 5, they may paint Joe like an asshole, but Joe stayed in those boys' ass. He stayed in their ass. They were out there. They could have been out there in Ohio, out there in the streets. And Ohio is not a easygoing place. Pretty rough out there. He said, y'all gonna be at this house moving bricks until I get off of work.
You mean Gary, Indiana?
Yeah. Gary's a rough place.
Yeah, Gary's fucked up.
Until he got home, they would do their schoolwork. Mind you, if you listen to what he said, y'all gonna do y'all schoolwork, and then y'all gonna stay outside and move bricks and keep this damn place busy until I get home, and then we're gonna make you practice. Why? Because he didn't want his kids to be in the same predicament and the same hood as he was in.
Mm-hmm.
See, y'all, nobody ever tells that story of Joe Jackson. Nobody ever tells that story of how Serena Williams' father and them wanted to get them out of Compton. You see, that's why I said you get painted very disingenuous. They don't know the struggle. See, whenever you see these kids go up on stage, they don't say, "I would like to thank my dad for helping me get to work." You don't hear that. You hear the mom get called. You hear God get called. But see, you don't ever hear us get called. It's a very modern role. It's a very modern role. Shout out to Sean understanding that they listen. There's a lot of this. This is why you see a lot of these girls spreading their leg, searching for hopefully the right dick type of love. But there ain't nothing like a father's love when he checks his doggone daughter or his son and said, "Listen, You don't need the world to love you, to love yourself. You get that. You can get that on your own. This is why they understood. You could do everything to the black man, but once you took out his family, that's when you got an uncontrollable type of man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something, like I said, I wanted to say that before I had to go, because I want y'all to understand that this is the big problem. This is right of rights to a black man. And we're not fighting hard enough. I'm seeing niggas fighting for goddamn illegal immigrants, but I'm not seeing them trying to fight to get their kids out of the goddamn fucking goddamn system.
Come on,
hold on.
Shit real out here. I'm like, y'all fighting for illegal immigrants.
No. Don't say y'all.
I ain't gonna say y'all, but I'm just y'all know the fuck who we talking about, man.
That's some true shit right there.
Damn, bro. They got us fighting for everything else but the goddamn home. They got us all over the place looking crazy as fuck.
No, BMT, but look. Who in the front with the damn signs though?
You know damn well that ratchet queen out there looking stupid as fuck. Fighting for Pedro.
There you go.
Go home and cook.
Stupid as fuck.
But I'm like, goddamn. You trying to get Pedro over here, but you ain't trying to get your shit together. And this is why
BMP, they over there fighting to get the kids back with the parents, but they ain't trying to fight to get their kids back with their fathers.
No.
Talk about it. But you got a problem with the black man getting his kid, but you trying to get
Let me tell you something.
How the fuck that works?
While these hoes is out there marching for these people who separated from their kids, while they out there marching, their fucking kids are home by their fucking selves. You understand?
I saw all these black women
fucking
out there.
babies are home by themselves.
Who the fuck is watching the kids?
Nobody. They're watching themselves. They're fucking watching themselves.
Black movements and run by black women. I said, yo, are y'all out there fucking marching and shit? Who the fuck is home with all these goddamn kids?
No. You know what? But you know what, brother? You are absolutely correct. But let's take it to another sense. Yeah, look, let's take it to another one. Now they out there with niggas with the rights to be females and shit. Oh, I want to be a fucking female, but they don't want the man that's a man that want to be a man to be in the child's life, so the child can know what a man is, and a female to know what the right male to go after. But they see, this is why a lot of brothers are running around, and then you see, oh, why he over here with the other race of women? Because you don't see a white woman sitting up on fucking Facebook talking about Happy Father's Day to me because I'm the daddy and the mom.
Nobody does that but them.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They don't do that shit.
That's how I knew we were fucked up when every black bitch was like, oh man, Wakanda forever. I'm like, bitch, they wouldn't have had Wakanda. You didn't know the whole story was about a father and a fucking son, but y'all talking Wakanda forever. Like, the fuck? Y'all know it's about a man and his fucking dad killing off his fucking brother in that way. Why do you think T'Challa was fucked up? You're like, yo, why didn't you bring the boy home? Why didn't you bring him home? Oh, Wakanda forever. It spoke to black women. Bitch, it wasn't about you. This is about son.
Hey, look. But guess what?
Be allowed to Wakanda.
Hold on, BMT. Oh, girl with the spear was a strong black woman. Guess what she did?
Get the fuck out of here. She betrayed him first.
No. Check this out. This is what they missed in that. What did she say? I gotta follow him because he's king now. I gotta be in line because that nigga's in charge now. He whipped that nigga ass, fair and square. He threw him off the cliff. I gotta follow this nigga. Hella high water. I gotta follow this nigga. You know what that is?
Right.
That tells you women follow who's in charge, whether it's functional or dysfunctional. If
the
white dad
choking
is
them
in
out
charge,
and stabbing them and burning up their shit. They followed Ray and Pookie, even though he was burning up their house in the first goddamn week. And you know, y'all black, oh, Killmonger was a strong man. I'm like, you know what? This is how I know we fuck. We might as well let all the colonizers in now because this is what we got, bro.
Listen. Let's look at this right here, right? Everybody was on Killmonger, right? What did Killmonger do? When old girl got taken hostage, what did Killmonger do? He shot her right in the damn chest. to get to what he need to. Everybody was expendable. The first thing he did was, why are you burning the herbs? He killed the motherfuckers that's been watching the herbs because Wakanda was going to die with him. His seed wouldn't even get them herbs because that nigga was afraid of passing down his lineage because he was all about acquiring power. It was all to raise it.
Preach. The fuckery of the black community loved Killmonger. We got to do a talk about the Killmonger ideology. Because these niggas believe in that shit. Like, that's why white people knew we were. That's how white people knew we were fucked up. Y'all like Killmonger? Did y'all not see what he was doing to y'all?
No. Check this out. Hold on. I'm gonna say something, right? Because me and my co-host Joe, when we started our shit off over and we was doing our show, the first thing that we had was the Killmonger mentality, conqueror versus ruler mentality in the black community, right? You know what I'm saying? No conqueror has ever lasted long. The problem with black people, we do this in everyday life. We go to work. Oh, I got a goddamn fucking tax return. I'm going to go buy some shit that I don't need instead of taking that money and investing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't save my receipts to take it to a person to go and take it to somebody that'll go ahead and an accountant and get me more money on my tax returns. I'm going to take this to H&R Block so I can get this quick tax return. I can't wait until the tax season is over with so I can get a bigger tax return so I can buy these new fucking shoes and these Jordans and shit to look like something. That's a conqueror mentality. A ruler mentality that invests your fucking money. Put it away, because white people pass they goddamn fucking money down through death. Generational wealth is built generationally because you add to it. That's why you got this yellow-haired bastard sitting up in the White House right now, and he could do whatever the fuck he want, because when he came out his mama pussy, he told the bitch, listen, power is power, finances is financial. Women will follow whoever is in power, functional or dysfunctional. And the best way to take out a group of individuals, like I tell people before, this is warfare. Warfare dictates this. First rule of warfare: when you come to a land and you want to make sure no rebellions happen, you take out the men. The men go first. Then what you do is you get the women, you enslave the women, but you kill off the men children. You kill them off, you keep the men away from the women, you enslave the men, then you allow the women to raise the men with no men around them, and then they become feminized. Then now they are just reproductives. How do anybody see pit bulls being raised? What do? They keep the pit bulls together. They have the pit bulls fuck each other, and then they take the male pit bull away and they put him somewhere else. He's only allowed to be with the female pit bull when she's in heat. He's not allowed to be around the puppies. And then they tell you, oh, if you keep a male pit bull around the puppies, he's going to kill one of the kids because the puppies. No, if you keep the male pit bull around the puppies, he's going to adopt some type of connection, and then he's going to protect the puppies. He's going to protect them. That's what he's going to do. And you can't sell them puppies off because he will fuck you up, right? And the female will back him up.
He won't let you in the pen.
He won't let you in the pen. But what does the female do? The female will allow you to do it because at the same time, she is in the environment because she is going with who feeds her. That's how this works. The same rule applies to anybody the fuck else.
Hold up, DeAndre, are you using a bitch analogy?
Yes. Yes.
I was just checking.
I want to say something about the Killmonger thing, because I always thought that was kind of crazy too. That people kind of, I understand, it's a movie character and all this kind of nonsense, but I think many of us we kind of connected with Killmonger because Killmonger represented a nigga who came in. He's a nigga that's coming in after something that he really didn't deserve. He wanted something that he really didn't fucking deserve. And that's where a lot of niggas are these days. Unfortunately, a lot of us, we want to come in, we want to take shit that we don't fucking deserve. And once we get it, once we get that shit that we didn't really deserve, we don't even know how to make it so something can be left for our fucking descendants. We just fuck it all up. Okay. Yep. And like brother BIJ said, everything just dies with us, you know, because see, a lot of times we come in, man, we fuck up our lives, we fuck up our legacy, and we don't have shit to leave no goddamn body. Only thing we leave them is fucking debt, because they gotta fucking take out a GoFundMe to fucking bury our black asses, because we didn't have shit while we were alive. So now they on fucking GoFundMe looking for everybody to give them $50 or so they can put your black ass in the ground. So that's what I think that whole Killmonger thing is, because you know we got a lot of people amongst us, man, that think they deserve shit that they haven't fucking earned, that they haven't fucking worked for, that they haven't even came close to being worthy of. And that's what I think the whole Killmonger thing is. You know, they don't think about see, a lot of us have a tendency, all we fucking think about is fucking obtaining, not achieving. There's a difference, okay? Obtaining, you're just getting shit. Achieving, you're working for it, okay? You're putting in the ability, the desire, the interest in making it happen. When you're obtaining, you're just getting it. And I think a lot of us have that fucking obtaining mindset as opposed to that achieving mindset.
Before I go, let me say this before I go. I gotta go to sleep real bad.
Go ahead.
You know, the really sad thing about it, when Killmonger finally saw his dad, and this is how bad the black community is. This is why y'all gotta understand this imagery that they be putting in the media about us. Killmonger literally saw his dad, and his dad literally asked him, "Boy, with all this stuff that you're doing, is it worth it? Like you literally destroying a prosperous kingdom. Just go look at that film. It's on Netflix." His dad literally was like, "You don't understand." That's why I agree 120% what you're saying, Prophet. You didn't earn this. I know you think that you deserve this, but this kingdom is thriving, and you talking about I deserved it. This is mine. This is my heritage. No, nigga, you out. Mind you, the father owned up. I sold out my kingdom. I sold us out. I played a bitch move. And his son did not. That's why a lot of Ray Rays and Pookies cannot compare to the alpha male. T'Challa had to earn and challenge his right to be a king. Killmonger said, "I am entitled to this." That is the biggest thing. That is the problem with a lot of these black boys nowadays. They think that they're entitled to what Prophet has, to what Nagone has, to what Shine has, to what Black have. And this is why you hear a lot of these bitches give these black boys this time of a talking point. This is why they do not contest them, because they think this entitlement shit and it's done fucked us up. This is why when you see everybody else outside of our community come in, they're like, "Okay, you think you're entitled? Bitch, I earned this shit. Your house that you didn't keep up with, you think because your granddaddy was here, he kept up with the bills, but you didn't pay it? Guess what? I bought it under you. I earned it. I achieved it." This is how they're beating black men. This is how they're beating you from getting your kids. Like Sean said, I had to give up shit. I had to sacrifice. Give up one thing to have the right to have my child. A lot of y'all niggas ain't about that type of lifestyle. Don't step on the playground with some of us. It's not, you can talk it, but us as men, we actually walk this type of shit. That's all I got to say for tonight, guys. I enjoyed every ounce of sitting here with you brothers, man.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming through, man. You know you my dude.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna keep y'all in, man. I'm gonna just turn y'all on and just leave y'all on just to play, so that way I can listen to y'all while I'm laying down, man.
All right.
Peace, brother.
Peace.
I gotta get up 5:30 as well, man. I gotta get up early, man. But
yeah, I gotta get my ass up early too,
but I gotta say this was a fire ass fucking chat, man. This shit was pure. This shit was pure flame, dude. Brothers, y'all really y'all laid it out. DeAndre, man, Man, good to hook up with you here, brother. For real.
Oh yeah,
All right,
again,
man, you dropped it real. Yo, Jay Sean. Jay
What's up,
Sean.
brother? What's
Jay
up, sir?
Sean.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What's
sir.
up? What's
What's up,
man?
fam?
Fuck
What's
this
up,
up,
nigga?
dude? What's up, dude?
Hey, son,
Yeah.
taking no shorts, fam.
What?
Taking no
Say
shorts.
what? Say
Taking
what?
no shorts, fam.
What?
No shorts
Yo,
in the
man,
1-8, nigga.
dropping, yo, dropping heavy. Yo, BMT, that story he dropped, that's just, man, you know, that was some
Big
next
shit, man.
that was some next level shit, but that really letting you know kind of where brothers are at on here. And you know, I have to say, you know, Brother X, man, you know, man, mad love for you, dude. You know what I'm saying? You putting together
You know.
ridiculous
You
panels,
know.
man. Shit's working.
Well,
You got shit working real nice.
We're gonna try to do the same thing next week, brother. I'm gonna try to keep it going every
Man,
Thursday. God damn
I don't know if I can
it.
follow behind these brothers. These motherfuckers, these oh my god, these dudes are dropping. This is crazy.
Try to do it
So
every week.
really good stuff. Hopefully brothers are chiming in because man, a lot of gems have been dropped here. A lot of young cats.
Yeah.
Your older cats know what's up, but a lot of young cats need to be listening, man. Because you know,
Yeah, they do. They do.
Because these brothers here, they kind of they kind of laying it out, man. They kind of laying
and
it
then
out.
they gotta listen to dudes that really got shit going on.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
It's true.
that's the shit that gotta be switch up. There's too many niggas out here who ain't got shit going on, and niggas, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And then I think about it. I mean, DeAndre, he over there in Japan, man. This motherfucker, he done world traveling, man, out there doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jay Sean up here running his own steam, man, running all over the joint. You gonna be in Africa soon, ain't you? You gonna be on the continent?
Now I'll be in Germany next month, man. Actually, I should be flying out exactly 30 days from now.
Yeah, my son just came back from there, so you know he's having some fun. You know, POT, you know, yo, man, Xavier, man, next time you come to New York, man, man, come on, dog.
Yeah, well,
man.
I got caught up, man. A lot of shit happened.
I know.
A lot of shit happened out there, brother Nagone. You have no idea.
I can imagine.
And I was out there for like 8 days too.
Next time you come out,
and
man,
I start to holler at you because I know you in New York City. I was like, God damn. I was supposed to get up with my man Q Butter too, because I usually run into him when I go out there. I couldn't even run into him. You know, so much shit was going on out there. But the next time I come to NYC, man, we're gonna hang out in Nagone for real.
Man, let's do this. Let's do this.
Absolutely, brother.
All right, brothers. Listen, great talk tonight, man. You know, brothers is on top of it. You know, we gotta control this narrative. Our narrative is live. Let's control this shit. You know what I'm saying? And how these women are rolling, you know, and listen, man, you know, DeAndre Wright, man, almost like that Pitbull joint. At the end of the day, they got to follow the leader.
Absolutely.
Follow the leader. Who's feeding them?
Absolutely.
You know, so let's play that. Keep it going. Brothers, much love to y'all, man. Great shit.
Yes, brothers.
All right. Respect to all y'all. And, you know, we will do this again.
You know we will. We know we will.
All right, baby.
Peace, brother.
All right, man. All right, y'all. Peace out.
Peace, man.
I wanted to say something, Brother X.
Go ahead. Final thought.
I was talking to my co-host Joe. He was in the chat, and he, you know, said, man, was talking. He hit
Joe.
You know what I'm saying? So he's like, man, I want to get on there, man, because I said, well, you know, it's kind of about our fathers and, you know, men that have fathers, but I think it will be paramount to actually have a group or a panel of people, Black people, that grew up with their fathers in the home and how they turned out to actually show what it looks like. Because I met a sister last night. We was on LMP's channel. We went to Information Channel, Angela, and her dad was in her home. And the reverence and respect that this woman kept talking about her father made me as a man wanted to meet this elder. And what he did and how she kept talking about her father. And like, you don't talk about my daddy. I went to jail because they disrespected my, like, you know what I'm saying? And when you hear, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the only time you hear in the Black community is, I don't know my father, or I don't know who he is. But to hear another Black person, especially a female, a woman, a Black woman, speak about her daddy in high reverence, like almost in a pinnacle of God, like, you know, reverence. And then a brother talked about, my dad was the head of the household and this is what happened, just so they can see. Because sometimes when we talk about things and we say this is what the outcome will be, and you keep getting drove in your face that Black men ain't shit, the Black community's fucked up, they ain't enough, like this. Like you brothers said, you know, I'm married again, or I have my kid, or the woman I'm married with, my wife ain't black or whatever, but I'm with my child's mother. I've been with my child's mother for 15 years. My children, we're married for 10. We was dating, we were living together. You know what I mean? We were dating for like a year and a half, 2 years. We were living together to a total of 4 years, and then we got married. So I'm with this woman. So my kids, every time they go to school, come home, daddy in the house. If daddy ain't in the house, even if I had to go out, I'm in a promotional business, right? If I cracked the door before 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, I was with their mama because she was with the business with me. But if I had to handle some things on my own where she couldn't go, I wouldn't crack the door until 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, because they can think, because I wanted to put that preference of, man, maybe daddy took out the trash or something, or he was doing something, but it wouldn't be regular. My children know who daddy is in the house, who they pops is in the house. I'm with their mom. They see how we interact. I eat with my kids. I talk with my kids. We have conversations. I can tell you on two of my hands how many times I had to raise my hand to my children, all three of my boys, to get them to act right. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, my mom had to constantly go upside my head. She had to constantly try to mitigate me. And then it got to a point where there needed another man in the earth to put that. Like, women don't understand that. I remember the first time I did something and my uncle didn't raise his hand to me or nothing. He talked to me, and because I respected that man so much and he was like a father to me, when he told me he was disappointed in me, that hurt me more than my mama beat my ass up and down the street. Wow. That hurt me more because I didn't want that man's disappointment in me. And when that man tells me that he's proud of me and he's proud that I got kids, even at 37 years old, and that man is like 50 something, he only got to say those two words, and that right there rings to me true. Like, I want to tear the hell up because I make this man is proud of me. He may not be my biological father, but he stepped in as a mentor because he's my uncle and he was there and he showed me how to be a man. And this right here in the community is so prevalent, and this is what we're going through. They keep trying to take and disparage our character and break us down. Like the brother Jay Sean said, he had to check the system. I had a successful black woman sit in front of me with another black woman with kids, and you know what she told me, X? She was in the military. Jay Sean know the rank. She was an E7. Mm-hmm. This woman said, you know what she said to me? She said, I do not want to have a black male child because black men don't have any power. I'd rather have a female. I looked at this woman. I looked at this black woman. Then I looked at the sister that was her friend. My wife ain't black, so she's sitting next to me looking at me like, God damn, I wouldn't want to be with them neither. If they said some stupid shit like
crazy,
that.
Man. Yeah.
Right?
They talk like white supremacists. They side with the situation as if they're not black.
Yeah. And I looked at this, and I was in my chair, and I looked at this, and I looked at her, and I looked at her friend, and her friend, this is the first time, because the sisterhood is real. They got a code that's to have a black woman literally side with a black man with another black woman is out of pocket and reckless. That black woman got to be your mama or something.
Yeah.
For this black woman not to know me and to look at her and give me that international shake her head. I ain't with this bitch on that one. She gave me that. She looked at her, and then when we got up, we didn't say anymore. She left. Her friend came up to us and said, you know what? I'm her friend, and I met her through y'all. But I don't know what happened to her, but she ain't never used to be like that. I don't know what's going on with her. And I said, it's okay. Because she used to be in the military too. She retired. I said, you know what the problem is? What? She around too many of them white folk.
Right.
But, yeah.
I'm gonna just add this because I know because we got to shut it down. So I'm gonna just add this, man. Look, brothers, you have a right to parent, man. That's your seat. All right. So the question right now is backwards. Everybody's looking at it wrong. We're over here trying to save single mothers 24/7. Well, you need to go save your own children. What I'm gonna say might be controversial, but This is coming from a dude that has his kids. So you can't throw at me that I'm a deadbeat, don't want to take care of responsibility. That's not what I'm talking about when I say what I say next. If you go through the system and you fight for your children and you lose, and you're dealing with a disrespectful baby mama, a disrespectful wretched bitch, as a man, I'm telling you to do this. I would consider just walking away. If you cannot be a father, then walk away. If somebody's taking money and not giving you agency with your own child, where you can't make decisions about your own child, then you're not a father. Period. Point blank. You have you have one life. So go fight for your children. Go get your children. You know what? I'm going to relaunch my channel, and I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling shit on there. But I'm also going to be doing like pre-recorded videos where I talk about shit like this, things I can actually educate brothers on because I did it. You know what I mean? And you know, we got to take this to the next level. We got to go get our kids. There's no more negotiations. I ain't trying to negotiate with no women. I ain't. Fuck you. This is about manhood. And what manhood needs is also brotherhood. Brothers got to start working with each other, talking to each other, supporting each other, and giving us an apparatus for not only where we can vent, because there's too much venting going on, not enough action. You know what I'm saying? I'm about getting shit done.
Agreed.
You know, I'm about doing it. I'm about that life for real. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about a judge. I don't give a fuck about a hoe. Just get them. You know what I mean? Team break. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that huddle shit. Let's go. Get everybody get in the huddle. All right, cool. We're gonna get the judge. You got the judge? Okay, cool. You gonna get the research? Okay, cool. You gonna fuck the bitch? Okay, cool. Break. Let's go get him.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Let's go get him. Let's stop playing around. Take your life seriously, man. And like I always say before I sign off, man, it's business is life and life is business. So handle yours. Stop playing with yourself. Stop letting people play with you. All right. When it comes to your children, stop letting that shit go down the way it's going down. It's not a game. You got one life, and that is your seed. And the only person that child has a right to as a father is you. And I don't go fuck that bitch. You ain't gotta be friends with her. You ain't gotta do none of that. Stop being a tender dick nigga. Stop trying to fuck the bitch. There's too many hoes out here. We in whore culture right now. Stop working with one pussy. If you got a kid on the planet, handle your business, man. All right, because they're gonna go in that courtroom and handle your ass. You will not believe how fucking low it gets in that courtroom. You can't believe how low it gets. It gets really grisly in that courtroom. They don't give a shit about you. And the crazy thing is, I seen brothers go through low shit. I seen women lie on their baby fathers. I seen women disrespect their baby fathers, and the baby fathers still turn around and try to get some pussy from the chick, man. We gotta stop being dogs. We always complain about whore culture. We gotta stop being dogs too. We gotta know when to zip it up and handle business because they handling us. They're drawing power through your woman.
It's true.
If she's not going to stop doing what you're going to do, keep going along with it. So you have a right to parent. You are a man. Be a fucking man about it. And if you exhausted all avenues and you lose, you just go up against a juggernaut. You lose. It's going to happen to some of us. Everybody ain't going to win. Then you know what? If you can't have an amicable situation, kind of like what Information Man was talking about earlier with his woman, and you have no agency with your children, and you're not getting no respect, and your kid is sitting there looking at you crazy, and there's men coming out of their lives, then go about your business. Go start over. All right? Don't sit there for 18 years and be a fucking doormat. Don't let your life, because I've seen it happen to brothers. I've seen brothers get fat and turn old and wither. You be in jail. All right? Because you're doing a bid, homie. So you have a right to parent. Go get your kids, man, if you can. If you cannot, try to get an amicable situation. If you cannot, step off and go live your life, man. Go conquer the world. That's all I say.
Well, my final thoughts, I just want to touch on that a little bit. Usually, and I believe more often than not, when a black man does find himself the father of a child, he does want that child, regardless of what the fuck most people say. Now, of course, we got brothers who don't give a shit about their kids. We know that that's true too. But if you're a man who wants to be in a child's life, like Brother Jay Sean just got finished saying, fight for that kid, man. Even take that kid if necessary, and it probably is, depending on who you done stuck your penis in. So, like he said, I mean, fight for your kid, man, because you have a right to parent. Don't let the courts, don't let the Don't let the courts, don't let the women, don't let these mamas, don't let anybody deter you from that. If you want to be a parent, you have a right to parent. And whatever those rights entail, if you have to fight for them, God damn it, get in there and fight for them. And fight for them hard. And fight for them with your very last breath if need be. Because like I always say, if you want to be in this child's life, that child is worth that. They're worth it. And you know they're worth it. So don't be afraid of the courts. Don't be afraid of the judicial system. Don't be afraid of these hoes. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone to fight to fight for what's yours, because that kid is yours, and be willing to fight for it to the very last
Very end.
breath.
Hell yeah. We
If
survived
need be.
slavery, X. You can
Exactly.
survive the courts, man. You know what I mean? We survived Jim Crow. You can survive the courts.
All right. So, I mean, I'll just close with that. I want to thank my panel for showing up tonight. I want to thank my mods in the chat. I want to thank the people in the chat room. And most importantly, I want to thank you for spending some time with us tonight and watching. What's good, brother Doug? I see my man DUG in the house, of course, doing his chat channel thing as normal. Also, I haven't really gotten into y'all pockets tonight like I usually do, but as you can see right there in the yellow, the Prophet of Thought series right there coming up. All right, and my man DUG also put it up as well. Appreciate that, brother. If you're feeling generous, drop a few coins in the bucket. It's greatly appreciated. And if you're feeling generous with your damn likes, make sure you get a few of those down here in this damn bucket as well. Also, get your black behinds down there, the Prophet of Thought series on Facebook. That's Prophet of Thought, one word series, word number 2, Prophet of Thought series on Facebook. It's a community page. Get on down there, like it, share it, follow it, share it with your friends, give it to your mama, your daddy, your daughter, your son, your father, whoever you want to give it to. Go ahead, follow the page. There's always something good going on down there. You can catch up with me down there as well. You can even leave me a message. I always write you back in a day or so. Also, make your way down there to the TPOT bandwagon page. That's a personal page. You can actually send that page a friend request, and I will make sure it gets accepted quick. Also, while you're doing that, you might as well get on down there to the old Prophet of Thought series fan group page. That's right, the Prophet of Thought series fan group page. It's a fan group page. There's about 2,800, 2,900 members now. I'm not sure because I'm not an admin on there, believe it or not. But get on down there, request to be a member. I'm pretty sure you get accepted quick. If you've been writing and they haven't been accepting you, because I've been going through that too, you know, I'll jump on the admins and be like, hey, what the fuck? So go ahead, request to be a member. I'll make sure you get accepted quick. I'll jump on my admins, make sure to get you in there. There's always some good shit going on there because, like I said, it's a group page. It's a fan page. So it's not just old X down there bumping his gums. It's a bunch of other people bumping their gums too. So get on down there and check it out. Also, check us out on WhatsApp and Instagram. That's Prophet of Thought on Instagram. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram. You guaranteed to get a follow back. And also, y'all know what's coming. Make sure you get your butts down there to TPOT Media on Twitter. The handle is at TPOT Media on Twitter. That's at TPOT Media on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, or I will haunt your damn dreams from now until New Year's Eve. So get on down there to the Twitter page. And also, I've been telling y'all about this. We got a new TPOTS site coming. That's right. It's in the process of being made right now. Look out for it. It's coming at you soon. Hopefully, we'll have it done by the middle of next month. I actually have somebody working on it as we speak. It's going to be something really, really nice and something really, really good. So look out for that. It's coming at you. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. I want to thank the people in the chat. I want to thank my moderators for holding the chat down like they always do. And once again, I want to thank you for joining us. Make sure you back here next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, because it'll be going down again right here on DXL. And once again, I'd like to thank my panel, Brother B.I.J., Brother Jay Sean, Brother Info Man, Brother BMT, and Brother Nagone for coming through and making this a live stream. And if you look down below, you can see the brothers' information right here down in the description box. Every one of the brothers have a YouTube channel. If you want to get down there and subscribe and check them out, you'll see their information down here right below me talking. Anyway, with that, I will leave you with 3 words, like I always do. Open your mind. And we are out of here, y'all.
Dark exit.
Peace, folks.
Dark exit.
Only from TV. Open your minds.